Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to high school baseball on the Region Sports Network, on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports, youtube.com/Region Sports, and regionsports.com. We come to you today from the Steel Yard in Gary, Indiana, as the Region Sports Network presents the Kankakee Valley Cougars taking on the Hobart Brickies. Michael Brenner here on site in the Steel Yard, along with my man Nate the Great Ramian. Nate, I'm hoping to get a full game in with you today.
You will have a full, complete game with me, 7 innings, not going anywhere, and it'll be a good one here between these two battling machines.
You got two teams from the NCC coming in here. You got Hobart and Kankakee Valley conference matchup between the two. And always fun to come here to the Steel Yard and catch a baseball game. I get to come to about one a year, I think, a high school game. I know you guys were just here on Friday evening to watch Ileana Hanover, and I know that was kind of a blowout game, but still a fun atmosphere for these high school kids to come out here and get to showcase their talents on kind of a minor league field and a little bit bigger atmosphere than what they're used to. And the Steel Yard does a great job of hosting these events. A lot of the workers that are normally here on a game day, if you come here to watch a Railcats game, helping people out, showing people where they need to go, and helping the players and helping us. And, we're needy, so we need a lot of help and taking care of everything we've needed. So a big thanks to everyone here at the Steel Yard.
Yeah, the cool thing about the Friday game was both schools really showed out, right? Ileana, like half of their student population showed up. Hanover Central, their football team came. Their football coach was here. The whole community was there supporting. And that's one of the cool things about this game is you can turn it into a fundraiser as well for your school. And
yeah.
You kind of sell them for a little bucks, a few more bucks extra. And yes, they're only $5, but make some money on the side. And it's such a great thing to bring the youth. There's some kids sitting front row and with their KV hats on or their Hobart hats on. It's going to be a fun one here.
Well, and the nice thing about this stadium as well is that there's not a bad view in the house here. So if you've never come to a Railcats game, I gotta recommend coming out here. But so these guys are getting to see this. The fans get a perfect view of the field. It's not really a much bigger field than what these guys play on. It just kind of feels a little bit more open and wide, and you got buildings off to your right. You got a highway off to your left and center. Then you got a whole patio set out there and left, and then a whole berm over here and right. It's a lot going on that you're not used to, but it's a cool atmosphere to be able to be a part of. And then you got almost a straightaway right center. You got the berm out there as well. So, and some seating out in the right field area too.
Yeah, the big probably thing will be the backdrop of the hitter's eye in center field.
Yeah.
Most schools you don't have that. There's only a couple that have they got some shorter ones, but again, it's probably one of the nicest fields some of these kids will ever play on. Right? Take advantage of the opportunity. It's going to be a fun game. You're going to get great hops. Grounds crew here does a great job of getting it ready for. They don't care that it's a high school game. They act like it's still a Railcats game as well. The lines are painted, all that fun stuff. Grass looks like it's the Masters. It's so fun to play here and coach here and just be a part of the situation.
Well, both teams looking to come in here today, trying to get the winning ways started. Both teams under 500 to come into this one, so just trying to get something going here for either squad. And what better way to get kind of going than winning a conference matchup here early in the season? We kind of still say early in the season, but it feels like baseball goes way quicker than any of our other sports seasons. Obviously, we know like football goes 9 weeks plus the postseason. Basketball feels like it goes on for months and months, but baseball feels like you're kind of condensed into really the 2 months, and that's about it. And it moves very quickly, but you're playing multiple days a week, and before you know it, that season's over. So we're kind of, I say early in the season, but really we're kind of almost nearing that midway point in the season to an extent for both these clubs already.
The cool part is on Sunday is when the sectional draw comes out already.
Yeah.
April 28th
yeah.
is the draw. Like, you play conference games, you play the same team back-to-back days, so you can't see that ace, right? Same time. But some of these schools, they could see a team 2-3 times with sectionals or stuff like that. But again, with the different here, with the classifications, next coming years, these two will be in the same sectional with the sizing and stuff. So this will be a future opponent in that as well. But again, with the Hobart Brickies here, Coach Trent Howard, one of the best around. He's he's a really good dude, police officer, SRO, for his day-to-day. but after school, good baseball mind, and does the great things for the kids as well.
Yeah, he was great to talk to a little bit pregame, kind of getting a little sense of this team and the dynamics. And he said maybe, just maybe, look for a little few maybe trick plays out there over the course of the ball game, just trying to throw the other team off a little bit. But NIPSCO is proud to be powering the youth of Northern Indiana. NIPSCO is wishing the Northern Indiana high schools wishing them to have a safe competition while displaying sportsmanship on and off the field. So thanks to NIPSCO for those kind words on the young season. And then you've got KV still looking for some wins here to get above 500. Both teams are in that category as well. So conference play, always fun to kind of maybe get something jump-started here as we near the end of April. But another thing to keep in mind here, a beautiful night for baseball. A little windy behind us, but from my understanding, a little bit better conditions than what you guys experienced on Friday evening.
Friday evening, it was a mixture of like a lake effect snowstorm, but the snow just never made it down. It was so bad. We have a legend to our left. Look left.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what, hey, what's crazy? He was the umpire behind home plate that kept us
No
here
wonder
all
it
night.
took 3 hours to get the game done.
All night.
That explains now.
Unbelievable. Some dirt on his shirt. We got to get that guy fixed.
By the way, we're talking about the great Lawrence Babcock, by the way. We got to throw that one. I got to tell a fun story about Larry here. I was doing the PA for LC Baseball one time, and I was giving all the introductions, and as I was giving the names for the umpires, all of a sudden I said Lawrence Babcock, and he darted around. I thought he was going to pull something in his back. He shot a look at the press box so fast to see who called him that, and then he saw me waving from the press box, and he just goes, okay.
Never mind.
No, but definitely, as you said, a legend in his own mind there, yes, but that works out. Yeah, great to have him here, but now I know why Friday's game went 3 hours, so makes sense.
No, it was a good one. We're right in this wind tunnel because they're doing a lot of construction upstairs in all the press boxes, so that it's only for the people doing the scoreboard can be up there. But that's why we're down here, like in this little cabana area.
Yeah, this is pretty nice.
We got the tiki lights on. It's good.
That was all thanks to you. You got the tiki lights on.
Got to turn the switch on.
Well, you told someone to turn the switch on, so you got some power around here now.
Yeah, something like that.
Here at the Steel Yard, getting ready to get this one started between the Cougars and the Brickies. We mentioned how it's a beautiful night for baseball so far. Like we said, a little bit windy, but that's all right. So our game night forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast, a very comfortable 62 degrees here at game time. And like we said, some winds coming from behind our back, so kind of blowing behind home plate towards left field a little bit. If you can see from, well, we don't have it focused on the flags. I'm going to ask Justin if he could focus in a little bit on the flags out in left field. They're kind of blowing out to left. So if you are a power hitter and pull to the left side, you might have a chance to hit one out here today.
You just got to get it above the stadium, right?
Right.
Get it above the stadium.
Get that jet
I'll
stream.
never forget this. You ready?
Yep.
A couple years back, more than a couple years, when I was playing, there was a kid from South Central. I'll never forget it. He hit the first ball I've seen that went over the net. That was before the bat changes.
Yeah.
So now it's BB Core, and now it used to be BSR. It's just whatever. I'm not sure what it stands for.
Okay.
But he hit one. He squared it up, and he hit it over the net, almost one hop to the toll road.
I've seen some interesting things here in this ballpark. I have not seen that over the years.
That's one thing, like, you're here, you'll never forget that story. Like, you'll
No.
never forget, like, hardest ball in real life, like, real game action I've ever seen.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, that's some power to hit that over that net. 'Cause that's pretty far back after that yellow line there as well. I was actually here for a no-hitter.
That's cool.
Yeah, and there was another one where it might have been the same game. I watched somebody foul a ball off of the catcher's mask. It also hit the umpire in the mask, and then the on-deck hitter was not paying attention and also hit him in the helmet.
Okay.
All the same ball, all the same momentum right there. So, ding, ding, ding.
Speaking of ding, 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 the officials tonight.
It's not Larry.
No, it's not Larry. In the field, we have Charlie Jones Jr., and then behind the plate, we have Scotty Homner.
Okay.
Scotty Homner was my age, so when I played, he was on my travel team growing up. He was a Chesterton kid.
All right, I got to ask you. You said was your age? Has he miraculously jumped, or have you
He might be a year older than me. Or
okay,
younger.
I got you. Okay.
He was 2011 graduate. So, I don't know. He might be a year or two younger. I don't know.
Well, you said he was your age. I don't know if he all of a sudden he just aged quicker, or maybe
he's down there, so he's aging quicker because he's down there on the field right now.
That works. So we're just near game time here at the Steel Yard. I'm just going to warn it right now. There is a high likelihood that I will say the Brickyard at some point on accident, just because we're calling the Brickies. So if I do, just politely ignore me and say, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about, and move on with your life.
You know what you're doing in your life.
That I pretend like I do. I certainly put on a good front.
Yeah.
Can't always say I know 100%. Very good at faking it till I make it.
That's all right. That's half the world.
That's a good point. Good point. So
a little bit about this KV Cougars team. They're led by Donnie Stam. He's the catcher tonight. He's hitting .368 on the year with 25 at-bats, 7 hits, 1 double, and 2 RBIs on the year. But they got tons of guys right there that are just like .368, .350, .333, .333, .308. They're all right in the middle of the pack. It's just someone new kind of steps up every day for them, or they need that kick right there to step up and break this little slump they're in right now.
Yeah, waiting to get this one started. Should have been a 7 o'clock first pitch. A few meetings still taking place, trying to get guys warmed up. I'm not sure if we will have a national anthem. That may be something that they're waiting for, because I don't know if there's going to be a PA.
So the one thing we're just not here is the coach, Trent Howard. He's not out there right now. The KV coach is there with both officials, but Coach Howard is not. He's not on the field. He might be in the dugout doing something. I don't know.
Well, he was. They did have a meeting at home plate already, and then he was just in a meeting with the players, so he may have gone off and gone into the dugout. So just kind of waiting first pitch here.
Got the new.
Oh, we got the mayor of Hobart in the house,
Josh Huddleston.
We'll have to.
He's one of ours.
He is one of ours. We'll have to see if we can get him up here as he politely walked past us and into his very nice mayor's box over here. Not really a mayor's box, but just a plain old seat. But yeah,
you can hear his vocals on Friday nights. He does a lot of our football games.
He sure does.
Good guy. Works hard.
He does.
Glad he got that new role at the city. And
I tell you what, you talk about a guy that comes in prepared and ready to go for a game. I mean, that guy's got like charts, and he's got a whole iPad of stuff, and you don't get to see those things on our broadcast because we don't like to show our mugs on there. But holy moly, in the booth, he is ready to go as he's politicking and waving to the citizens of Hobart.
Yep, there he is. We can maybe get him on in a minute.
Yeah, we can bring him up here. Yeah, he will.
He's
there
coming,
he goes.
he's
All
coming.
right, he's on his way.
Good
thing we have a crowd mic.
Camera that way.
Yeah, good thing we have a crowd mic plugged in here. We'll bring him up here into the. We'll make him walk up the stairs. And now we've got. So of course now we've got. They must have been tuned in upstairs because now they're going to start doing some introductions here at the Steel Yard. And just FYI, Kankakee will be the home team on the scoreboard today. So we'll introduce those starting lineups for you. They are starting with the Hobart Brickies. Nick Sapczynski will lead things off, number 17, the left fielder, followed by number 4, Carlos Santana at third base. He is the Carlos Santana. You are correct. Number 10, Gabe Nunez, the first baseman in the 3-hole, and in cleanup spot number 14, the catcher Ben Sullivan, followed by number 11, Connor Kenjic, the designated hitter, followed by Javon Andrews, number 24, the center fielder, and then number 8, Connor Stafford, the second baseman. In the 8 holes, number 31, Zach Tarek, the shortstop, followed by the number 13, right fielder, Jamie Hairston. And the starting pitcher is Andrew Burris, number 26, a 1.4 ERA in 2 appearances this season. And now we'll introduce we'll go over the KV starting lineup when they get ready to come to bat. So they're heading out defensively right now. In left field, you have Brandon Murr. And in center field, you have Declan Murr. Over in right field is Jason Parker. At third is Rowan Kennig. At short is Zach Eggers. At second base is Tyler Smolik. At first base, looking forward to my lineup here, is Spencer Childers. And then behind the plate, as you mentioned earlier, Donnie Stomp. And then pitching today for KV is Alec Barr. In 3 appearances, 1-1 on the year with a 2.62 ERA. 8 innings pitched on the year. He's given up 5 earned runs, 19 strikeouts, and 5 walks.
He's just like a quirky lefty.
Yeah.
Kind of awkward and kind of just deceives his pitches very well.
And we will tune you in now to the playing of our national anthem.
Please join us in honoring America with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, now we're ready to play ball here at the Steel Yard. And we are thrilled and honored to bring on, I used to call Matt Welsen the mayor. Now we officially have a mayor on the Region Sports Network, Josh Huddleston. Mr. Mayor, welcome.
Excited to be here. This is got the crew out tonight, huh? The A-team.
Well, you're not part of the crew, so we're kind of like the 1B.
No, it's awesome that you guys come out and do this so that the fans at home can watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, I haven't seen you since you won. So congratulations to you. What's the whirlwind that you've kind of been going through a little bit since the start of taking over as the new mayor of Hobart?
One of the questions I get asked most is, "Am I still going to do games on Friday nights?" And I got to tell them, "Yeah, I'm still going to be in the booth." So that's one of the questions I get asked a lot, being the mayor. People want to know if I'm still going to be doing the color for the football games.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want to lose you. I love working with you. I was just mentioning to these guys that your prep work for a game is we don't get to show it on the broadcast too often, but he comes in with an iPad and he's got charts and he's got all these things that he starts writing down and scribbling down. He's like, "You got to go to an iPad, man. You're going on paper. You're printing stuff out. You got to go to an iPad."
It is 2024. We need to get you on the iPad. Maybe we can get Chris to splurge on some iPads. What do you guys think?
Hey, Chris Ramirez, shout out right there. There it is.
He was here on Friday night, so not tonight, of course. Have you seen this team play yet?
I have not, no, but I'm excited. I heard the pitcher here from KV can bring it a little bit, so it's going to be an exciting game. And Hobart's got some talent, so excited to watch. And I'll tell you, the grounds crew did an amazing job on the field.
Awesome. They always do.
Great.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll let you go back and be a fan, but we appreciate you stopping by.
I appreciate you guys.
For sure. Congratulations, and we'll see you again here on Friday nights pretty soon.
Go Bricks.
All right.
I can be biased right now.
You can, sure, absolutely. All right.
Go Bricks. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
you guys.
Good seeing you.
Good job.
That is the mayor of Hobart, Josh Huddleston. Appreciate him taking a moment. We didn't know he was going to be here, but just within his element here, taking in a sporting event representing his city. Great guy, always willing to talk to anybody that needs it and always willing to help anybody that needs it as well.
I'm glad he's on our team.
I say he helps me out on Friday nights quite a bit. So getting ready here between Kankakee Valley and Hobart. We brought you that Hobart starting lineup and the Cougars defensively as they go ahead and start meeting just behind the bump to get ready for this game. Outfielders take their positions. Can't wait to bring you this one here from the Steel Yard. See, I almost did it.
You almost did it.
I almost did it. That's because I was looking for my pen that you stole.
I just like the fancy colors you got there.
I was going to say
there's too much going on.
Chris was talking, and I looked back at the game that he finished for me, and I'm like, oh, this is not my scorecard.
There's a couple.
I mean, he put some dents into this thing, man. He writes hard.
Hey,
And the
Part-time.
first pitch is in there for a called strikeout or part of the zone here. So we are officially underway in this conference matchup between Hobart and KV. Nick Subchinski, the left fielder, up in that right-hander's batter's box. The lefty fires again, quickly 0-2 from Barr.
You can kind of see the scouting report a little bit. The third baseman was playing in, right? Maybe expecting a bunt. Maybe if he had something inside he can handle. 2 strikes, he backed up now.
Yeah, the 0-2 pitch. This one lined down the right field line, but this will shoot foul. So we'll do it again. Subchinski, 364 on the year. Now we're going with all the numbers that are currently on Max Preps.
And that's the cool thing about a lot of these teams use Game Changer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just sinks over.
That's awesome. 0-2, missing downstairs. So 1-2 the count. So Subchinski, 2 RBIs on the year as well. I didn't get a chance to look at the stolen bases. We'll see if the stolen base threat opportunity here for the Brickies as the count evens at 2 here.
He went 3 fastballs in a row there, then went breaking ball in the dirt, tried to change the batter's eye level, right? And he came back with a fastball high, 2-2 count here. Goes back to something slow here, or are you going fast?
2-2. Breaking ball missing, so count runs full. So really good at bat here from Subchinski as Barr had him quickly 0-2 on the first 2 pitches and now has worked himself a full count. And this one comes in, may have hit him, at least on the inside part of the plate. So either way, on first base, and I believe it did hit him.
He did not call dead ball.
Okay, so it is a walk.
Yeah.
Okay, so officially. And Subchinski is a stolen base threat. 4 stolen bases on the year. As this will bring up Carlos Santana. And this is where if we had Rich Castillo on the broadcast, he would start singing at that point.
He is a jack of all trades, that young man.
How kind you are to call him young. So this will bring up Carlos Santana, 211 on the year.
So the third baseman's in front of the bag now again, so maybe expect a bunt. But again, he's given a take sign by Coach Wellman on it.
So right off the bat, both batters see first pitch strikes. Did not result in what Barr wanted the first time. This one comes upstairs, so count evens at 1. Santana, 3 RBIs on the year as well off an extra base hit.
So with the lefty here, usually has a shorter lead at first. And that's one of those, if you're going to steal, you go on first move. So as soon as he makes a move towards home or just picks up his leg, if he has steal sign, he's going to go then.
So we do have 2-1 the count here against Santana. As Barr gets set and kicks and fires. And that should be ball 3. And the board has 2-1 here at the Steel Yard, but I believe that is behind just 1 pitch. I could be wrong. What do I know?
You're never wrong, sir.
That's not an accurate statement, sir.
My fault.
And that is upstairs.
See,
so
you're always correct.
So back-to-back walks to get this thing started for the Brickies. Patience seems to be the key right now. You don't even see these. Have they even swung yet? I don't even think we've seen a foul ball. We did see the one that shot down the right field line.
But it was a hard hit. It was a hard hit line drive. He was really late on it. The runner that's on second now was doing a good job of trying to distract him a little bit, right? He was trying to make like he was stealing, and maybe that's right across in his eyesight.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You just got to hone down on that glove and just get back to earth now. Just throw a strike 1. You're 1 pitch away from getting 2 outs. You're 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning, technically. Grounder to third or something.
Yeah, if you can turn 3.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right now, your goal right now is just to throw strike 1.
Well, he's done it to the previous 2 hitters. Now it comes up Gabe Nunez from the left side.
So first baseman's in, 3-hole hitter. Let's see if 3-hole hitter's going to bunt here.
First pitch in there for a strike.
Let's see if he backs him up. He did not.
So Barr also stands on that third base side of the rubber. Is that just, when it comes to standing on a certain spot on the rubber, is that just preference on the pitcher, or does that mean something?
it's just preference and what you have better feel with. And some mounds, there's like a hole there. That like the ground screw didn't do a good job of just filling it in.
Okay.
But here it's flat. You know what I mean? It's perfect. So that's all preference and what you want, what side you want to work on. Some pitchers throw across their body, so it's all about where you land and stuff like that. It's all preference.
1-1. That one is in there for a strike. So 1-2 the count.
Now the first baseman will back up. Yep.
From our vantage point here on the camera, can't see it exactly. He's actually about right even with the runner. Now he's got to back up. Yep, now he's got to back up. Third baseman back as well. Shortstop going to have to run to his position here, and that ball breaks outside. So 2-2 the count. I will say, having gone to a couple of high school baseball games just as a fan, checking some things out around the region to see how good our teams are, and one thing that is glaringly evident to me compared to watching a Major League game, 2-2 popped up in the air. It's on the infield. Infield fly is in effect, and Barr comes down with the catch, so runners will have to go back to their positions.
Did you see the rankings that came out today? Today were updated.
I did not.
There's a ton of local teams.
That's awesome.
In all 4 classes
that are
always ranked in the state of Indiana.
Always fun to see.
Like in 1A, Couts is number 6 in the state. In 2A, I don't think we have anybody. I could be wrong. Give me 1 second.
Ben Sullivan.
Indiana Christian.
I was going to say, unless
they
moved up.
They moved down.
I was going to say, if they moved up.
They were number 1, now they're number 3.
Okay, so Indiana Christian, 2-time defending state champions, back-to-back years.
3A South Bend. Hanover's number 6.
And you guys just saw those 2 teams here on this field.
And Drain's number 1, and New Prairie's number 3.
Coached by Mark Schellinger. Runners advancing down to second and third. No attempt to make a throw. The middle infield did not break for second base, and a double steal puts 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out in the inning.
So that one, he just stole that on the pitcher, right? He was getting really consistent with his looks. He was not mixing it up, checking the runner once, checking the runner twice. He was just doing the same thing every time, and he went home. And
yeah, they were able to read that pretty well here. Here's the 1-1. This one lined but foul off to the right. Those will get out of play. So if someone wants to go run and chase that one down, let's see some kids.
We looked it up after. Right now, balls go for $10 a ball. So that is $10 that just flew out of the stadium.
Oh, my gosh. $10?
$10.
Yowza. How much were they at Vincent's drugstore? 1-2.
A quarter? Hit him.
Oh, that did hit him. So now the bases are loaded. I wasn't sure 100%, and that's what Barr is trying to ask and say. Hey, I think he leaned into that one. It didn't appear that he did. So a hit by pitch, and Sullivan.
Let's be honest here. If you're a pitcher, you're not going to say. You're always going to say he leaned into it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You're not going to say, oh, just no.
And he's always going to say that was a pass ball and not a wild pitch.
Of course.
It was funny doing when we did that Cal Ripken World Series here. As the corner infielders drawn in here with Connor Kenjic on now. The designated hitter for Hobart takes that first pitch in there for a strike. 357 on the year. But I was doing a game in that Cal Ripken World Series we did back in August. I had Griffin Tobias from Lake Central on a call with me, and everything that got away from the catcher was a pass ball. Nothing was a wild pitch. I'm like, you're a pitcher. The 0-1. This one lined, but foul off to the right. So just a little tardy on that one, trying to catch up to the pitch from Barr, but quickly 0-2 on Kendrick with Javon Andrews waiting on deck.
Kankakee Valley's one pitch from getting out of this inning, right?
Yeah.
A lot of action going on, but you're one pitch away from getting a ground ball to second, ground ball to short. Turn 2. Corners will go home here.
Swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Kenjic, and that's the first strikeout of the game.
So the corners will go back, and now they're playing straight up, any bag.
Yeah, force at any bag here now as this brings up Javon Andrews, center fielder today. 235 on the year, a couple of extra base hits and 3 RBIs. 2 away, bases loaded. KV trying to get out of this one with a ground out or a fly out here or a strikeout. They don't care what kind of out it is as long as it's an out.
Anything will be okay right here. Will be a victory because of how this inning started.
I was going to say this is a big opportunity for KV. If you can get out of this inning with bases loaded, really only the one out for most of the inning, and then not give up a run, that is a huge win in the book. If you're KV, if you're Hobart, it is a giant missed opportunity early on in this game.
Even at this point, they'll take one run. Right?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's a win. It's a victory.
So the count evens at 1 on Andrews. Maybe somebody's looking to be that Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. Early on here in this one, top of the first inning. Barr fires the 1-1. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and that probably didn't miss by too much, just maybe a little bit up and out. .320 down the left field line, .335 down the right field line, and .400 to straightaway center. Here's the 2-1. This one popped up in the air our way, actually.
Saved your life, then.
I say, Nate, you're over here like grabbing my arm and
I'm making sure you're okay.
I'm just sitting here like, oh, if it comes here, it's going to hit me. It's all right. I'll take a John Sterling hit to the face. It's fine.
He was down for the count.
I believe his call was just, ow. Great John Sterling, retiring Yankee broadcaster for a long time.
A legend.
One of the fun guys to listen to if you're into listening to broadcasters. 2-2. That's in there for called strike 3. And KV gets out of it with no damage done. And now they're looking to do some damage of their own. They're going to the bottom of the first coming up. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. NIPSCO is proud to be powering the youth of Northern Indiana. NIPSCO is wishing its Northern Indiana high schools to have a safe competition while displaying sportsmanship on and off the field. We go to the bottom of the first. KV coming up. Zach Eggers will lead things off, the shortstop, number 5, followed by Rowan Koenig, the third baseman, number 11. Then number 4 in the 3 spot, Donnie Stam, the catcher, followed by, in the cleanup spot, number 22, Spencer Childers, the first baseman. And then Jason Parker, the right fielder, number 8, followed by number 6, Tyler Smolik, the second baseman. In the 7 spot is number 2, Declan Murr, the center fielder, followed by number 20, the designated hitter, Gavin Renfro. And number 1, rounding things out, Brandon Murr, the left fielder. I got to say, Gavin Renfro is the most baseball name I have heard in quite a while. Love that. Subchinski in left, Andrews in center, Hairston in right. Santana over at third in the hot corner, followed by Tarek at short. Stafford over at second, and Nunez at first. Sullivan behind the dish today for Andrew Burris, another lefty who kicks and fires that first pitch. In there for a strike on Zach Eggers, who comes in, batting .333 on the year with an extra base hit and a couple of RBIs. Certainly a stolen base threat. He's got 4 stolen bases on the year. Burris sets, kicks, and fires the 0-1. Swung on and missed 0-2. And Burris also works on that third base side of the rubber as well.
And one thing I like about Burris is he works quick.
We like that.
That was too quick. Try to get in that groove there.
Small leg kick, kicks and fires, but it's upstairs. So 1-2.
One thing a little bit about the Bricky's defense is their center fielder is playing a lot deeper than KV's was. The KV guy was like 15 feet in front of this. So, again, they all have the scouting reports of the spray charts and everything. They might know something.
Well, and sometimes it plays into, and I have, without knowing or having watched either of these two teams previously, maybe some extra speed out there in center that can catch those things down. Doesn't want to get anything over his head, so plays back a little bit and can run in maybe a little bit quicker to try to make a play. 2-2. This one popped out to right and out of play. Might come back and greet some of the fans. But
one thing that's different about this game than the one game we had on Friday night is this game, both benches are into it like louder than both other teams were. So you can see they're doing some clapping stuff, getting ready to go, trying to get in the pitcher's head. You did not see that Friday night.
Count runs full. It's always more fun when teams are jawing at each other back and forth, as long as it's good-natured fun.
It's all good fun.
I've heard some bad ones, and I've heard some good ones.
There's some schools that are repeat offenders.
A little bit.
But
this one on the ground to the shortstop, Tarek. Throws across, and a nice scoop over at first base by Nunez to get out number one. There's a potential candidate for our Proud Union Home Play of the Game presented by the Region Sports Network. Stay with us after the game as we'll name that Proud Union Home Play of the Game brought to you by the Region Sports Network. If you're a trade union representative and are interested in sponsoring that Proud Union Home Play of the Game, please call Chris Ramirez at 219-588-1984. Call right now. He's listening. Call now.
He will respond, and we will get that up and running. Great producers over here will get that taken care of for us.
This one lifted down the left field line and hammered, but this will go foul. Certainly home run distance from Rowan Koenig. If he could have straightened that one out, that would have been going all the way to that netting that you were talking about. Got just in front of it a little bit here from Burris, so just a loud, long strike one.
So look for something here, maybe off speed or away here. And you don't go the same thing back to back, yeah.
One comes upstairs, so evens the count at one. Wind is still picked up, still flying out to left. Quick leg kick. This one in the air on the infield. Grabbing that one just to the right of the second base bag is Tarek.
It's always great when you have that sure-handed shortstop. You know what I mean? Two plays right back to back. A ground ball to him. He did a great job of staying calm and making a good play. Kind of rushed his throw a little bit to first, but then coming back and wanting the ball again and catching that pop-up. That's a tough pop-up with this wind.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's coming right behind us. We can feel it.
My neck is going.
And you're wearing a hood. Here comes Donnie Stam. 368 on the year. Takes that one outside. An extra base hit. Couple of RBIs for this Cougars team.
Catcher today as well, I think.
Yeah, he is the catcher. In the 3-hole for the Cougars. 2 away here in the bottom of the first. Certainly not the kind of threats that Hobart was putting on with their offense in the top half of the first. And now we've got the home plate umpire saying something over to the Hobart dugout.
Kids, again, we talked about earlier, kids is getting a little chippy, and you had the coach shut it down now in the first inning before it gets too bad later in the game.
At least we assume that's what it's about. Could be something about needing baseballs. I don't know.
Home team usually provides those.
So that would be KV today.
Yes.
But there was the old finger pointing that kind of gives it away as to what the conversation may have been about. 2-1. On the outside part of the plate for a strike. So the count even at 2 with 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. No score. Burris delivers. This one lifted out to shallow right. Just over the infield, and the catch is made by Stafford for out number 3 to retire the side. So we go to the second, no score. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the...
Then he makes 2 nice plays. What's the new football's coach? Eric Schreiber?
Schreiber. He's a young buck.
That's what I was going to mention. Mike got to talk to him a little bit. The kids are throwing a football.
I know. I'm going to get drilled. If I get hit, it's going. Volume just changed?
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner back here with Nate the Great. Fun atmosphere here at the Steel Yard. We're sitting kind of on the lower deck where the patrons are, and we're kind of in this little tiki bar area.
Man, you mentioned it a little bit ago, I think off camera, or off live, that the pace of this game is a snail. We got to pick this up.
Yeah, I was mentioning there is a vast difference. I started to mention it on the air, but then something else happened, and I was going to say there is a big difference from watching Major League versus high school ball, and we've watched a lot of high school ball over the years, and all of a sudden you watch Major League and the pitch clock and how quick things are moving, and then you come here where there's no time limit and guys are taking their time. Oh, man, it's a difference.
Woo-wee!
And it's not just this game. I've noticed that was the thing I noticed when I was going off and watching other games. It's there's a stark contrast in that, taking their time versus having to move things along in the majors and in the minors as well. But I was going to mention here the Steel Yard, one of the great venues to come watch a game, and I'm sure to play in a game as well. And down here on the grandstand, you got some kids throwing a football around. They're not watching baseball. They're getting ready for football season. It's never too early to get ready. Our own sports director, Mike DeWan, got a chance to talk to new Hobart football coach Eric Schreiber earlier last week, and you can watch those interviews on our social media pages and on the Region Sports Network. A little bit of a new era over at the Brickyard.
And that's one thing that, like, you think of Northwest Indiana high school football, Hobart comes to mind.
Oh, without question. Connor Stafford will lead things off here for the Brickies. A little lefty-lefty matchup here. First pitch. In there for a strike. I don't have the exact numbers, but I would say this is the number 7 hitter in the lineup. I would say to at least 6 of these 7 hitters, Barr has started with a first pitch strike.
And some of that comes with, like, I wouldn't say lack of just focus because they got on. You got when you get ahead, you got to stay ahead. You can't, like, let them get back. Like, now it's 0-2 here.
Yeah, well, he comes in with a breaking ball. Then had some movement on it, and now quickly 0-2. Stafford was hung up there on that pitch. 7 RBIs on the year for the second baseman. And when it comes outside, I'm sorry. You know what? Did I miss something? This is Tarek. Did they move something in the lineup that I was unaware of?
I'm not sure, sir.
This is Tarek. Yeah, they moved something in the lineup because now. So Tarek is up a spot. So this is, I beg your pardon, this is Zach Tarek because now number 28 is coming to the plate.
It's a different lineup than we got.
This is a different lineup than what we were given. So apologies on that, folks. We'll get that all taken care of. But Tarek does strike out.
And 13's on deck.
13 is on deck, so Harrison. So it's just switching these two positions. By the way, that is 3 strikeouts in a row for Alex Barr. First pitch in there to, got to find that number here. Let me pull up my roster.
He's doing a good job. He's settled down a little bit, and now he's throwing a lot of strikes, mixing it up, fastball, curveball, using all 4 quadrants. So again, doing a really good job.
What number did we say? So I must have missed 2. So we'll have to have another change in there because, maybe it's not Stafford out there at second anymore. We'll have to figure all that out. We apologize for that, folks. A little bit of a change without the notice. 0-2 breaking ball in there for a called strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down. What number did we say this was?
This is batter number, he is 13.
13. No, I'm talking about the guy that just got out. We missed that one. Yeah, pull up Game Changer real quick. We'll get working on that.
I was going to pull up the live stream.
Or that. So this is Jamie Hairston. So 2 away in the inning. And 4 strikeouts in a row for Alex Barr, by the way. He had 2 to end the first inning, and now he starts the second with 2. And this one lifted in the air off to the right. Smolik at second makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So we're going to get through this whole lineup and figure out who's going to be out there. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
First home, dream home, forever home. Tech Credit Union has the right home loan for you. Their loan officers can help you purchase a home, refinance your current mortgage, or unlock your home's equity to get a cash out for any purpose. Let Tech Credit Union show you why they are the better option for a home loan. Learn more at www.techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner back here with Nate the Great Ramian. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. So batting in that 8 spot was Ethan Merchek, and we're trying to figure out exactly how it works out that... because Connor Stafford is the one at second base. That is number 8, so he's the one out there patrolling second base. So that means that very likely Connor Kenjic is who's the DH, or was the DH, has now gone out into the field somewhere.
Your guess is as good as mine, young
I know.
man.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. We'll try to pay attention best we can. Yeah, the original lineup I was handed, that I took a picture of.
He stepped out.
So that's his timeout for the at-bat. So leading things off, Spencer Childers, and you can kind of hear or at least we can hear the KV team chanting a little bit. More fun when the guys are spirited and ready to rally. So 1-0 the count here on Spencer Childers. Burris kicks and fires that 1-0. In there for a called strike.
Good comeback after the first ball of the inning. Come back, throw a strike.
And we're getting ready for a 1-1 here. This one fouled back to the screen. Appreciate Ellen Long tuning into the broadcast, rooting on her Hobart Brickies.
That's a proud town.
Oh, absolutely.
In all sports.
Hey, wait, here, he got a timeout. He's got to get back in the box.
That's you only get one.
It's an automatic strike if he steps out again, right? It's not a pickoff attempt. Stop it. 1-2. This one chopped on the ground, third base side, and this will roll foul. But he was hustling down that line.
That's one of those you got to go get it foul, right? Before it hits a rock or something and kicks back fair.
Now, there would be no rocks. They've manicured this infield so perfectly.
This field. They did a couple years ago, they just redid the whole sod. All brand new grass. And again, they do a great job here of making it look good. And
guessing it wasn't the sod father taking care of that?
He's not the sod father.
No.
I think his stepson, Noah Simmons, probably took care of that one.
The 1-2. Outside, so count evens at 2 here on the leadoff hitter, Spencer Childers. Burris takes his time. Here's the 2-2. This one on the ground to the shortstop. Eggers over to first. I'm sorry, that is Tarek over to first. Can't get it there in time, so infield single to lead things off here in the bottom of the second inning.
That's one of those. That's a tough play, right?
It was.
You got to keep running through that, and you got to throw that on the run almost. You don't got time to set your feet and make a good throw. You got to come get that. And that's kind of those. A slow roller at the shortstop, that's a tough play.
This brings up Jason Parker now. Batting from that right side. Shows bunt, puts it down. Nicely played. And it's bobbled by Burris. So it's going to be, would you give that an infield single or an E1?
That's an E1.
You're going E1, all right. That's what I would have said, but I wanted to double check with you.
What that does, you just put the pressure on the defense, right? Just put the ball in play and make them make quick decisions with that. If the pitcher fields that cleanly, he's still got to make a great throw to first to get out there. So now we have man on first and second, no outs. Do you bunt again? I think so.
I mean, why not?
Third baseman's playing in. So if he squares, he could charge. If he doesn't, he can go back and be a fielder. Square.
This one bunted again, this time down the first base line. And over to first, and that one is in time. Sullivan able to get the 2-3 put out, but now runners in second and third in scoring position here.
It's a great sack bunt there, and I think that's one of those. You got to make the third baseman field that, right? So that's a tougher throw for him to go across. That's a simpler throw for the catcher going to first. So now the first baseman's in looking for another bunt here, but you never know.
Declan Murr on now. Runners on second and third, one away here in the bottom of the second inning. Okay, I am checking my stuff. Looks like Murchek is in at catcher now for Hobart. So that is not Sullivan out there. We'll get it all figured out eventually. Throw down to third. Santana was ready for it, though.
The runner on
third. You know what? Because I remember Ben Sullivan was hit by a pitch, wasn't he? He was. But he can't change the lineup based on that, right?
No. Got to be a substitution.
Yeah. Swing and a miss for Declan Murr.
The runner on third's doing a really good job of trying to, distract the pitcher. He's doing, jumping jacks down there just to kind of get in his eyesight a little bit as well. But we'll see if some play gets on here because no lead there. Nope.
2-1 upstairs. So, yeah, I pulled up Game Changer here, so I'm going to try to – I got you to fill in for play-by-play for just a moment as I'm trying to get this all figured out here.
3-1 count.
The docile tones.
Dun, dun, dun.
Here we go.
And the pitch.
So you're way ahead of the action. Burris kicks and fires the 3-1. This one lined into left, and this will get down for a hit. One run is in. They couldn't tell. It was kind of hanging up in the air. I'm not going to lie. From our position, Nate, that looked like it was going to go much farther than it did. It barely got out of the infield, but the way that I was watching that on the line looked like it was going to go like midway into left field.
No, it just kind of a cue shot off
died.
the bat. But, again, at the end of the day, you just got to put the ball in play, put the pressure on them, and the shortstop was kind of in a little bit with the play on, and it was just over his head.
So it is an RBI single for Murr. Okay, so Stafford is actually batting in the cleanup spot now for the Hobart Brickies, and he's playing second base. You got Kendrick Andrews.
First pitch in there for a strike. Man at first and second, 1 out. Both corners are back. No bunts on. See if they can get some more runs on the board here.
All right, I think I finally got it figured out.
You ready?
Here's the 0-1. This one is going to come foul and go into the nice suites up there and right.
Have you been up there?
I have been up in the suites before.
Pretty nice.
They are nice. Our man Justin Cole gets to. Next time we're here, he's got to hook us up with some suites potentially. We got to call him for. Oh, he said he's got no power. He's got no power.
He's got no
all right,
pull.
Never mind. We'll call other people.
Maybe we'll call Rusty or Rascal over here.
Here's the 0-2. This one popped up again into foul territory right behind us. Justin looking behind him to make sure he doesn't get knocked in the noggin.
Protect the camera.
I will say one thing. I will mention this a little bit later on in the broadcast. Not in this critical moment here for the Cougars. With Gavin Renfro up here. Takes that pitch upstairs. So 1-2 the count. Now, according to Max Preps, where we got our numbers here, 0 for 15 on the season for Renfro. So big opportunity here for that first knock of the season. Runners on first and second, only 1 out. Bottom of the second inning, KV has taken the lead 1-0. Swing and a miss for the strikeout.
Good curveball that's cutting right. It's coming right into his back foot. That's probably impossible to hit.
First strikeout of the game for Burris. This will bring up Brandon Murr now, left fielder today. You can hear that KV dugout rooting their guys on, trying to get something going here. A little extra. Would love to grab some insurance. They've already got the 1 run. Hobart was really threatening at the top of the first, and that's kind of looming large here a little bit. It had bases loaded with minimal outs and couldn't get a run across the board, and now KV, who had runners on second and third with 1 out, were able to scratch at least 1, looking to try to grab a couple of more here with 2. 1-0, bunted in the air, and it'll go foul.
With 2 outs, your goal there is, with 2 outs hard to bunt, but your goal is to hit that to the second baseman because he's playing really deep, and the first baseman's got to make that decision. Do I go for that? If not, I have to get back to the bag, and that's the pitcher's ball. So it's kind of that little Bermuda Triangle area.
That's a tough spot. And almost, if you could just even that out just a little bit more, and that's a perfectly executed bunt there. Burris checks those runners. Decides to check on him again. Kicks and fires the 1-1. And now the count goes to 2-1 on Burris. So we got a baseball game in front of us. We got a football game behind us.
I feel like I'm going to get hit in the back of the head.
I would offer to protect you, but I got my eyes on the baseball game. Here's the 2-1. Pitch is outside, so 3-1 and a threat to load the bases. And honestly, with 2 outs, it's not the worst thing in the world. And then it forces, an out at any base potentially. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but certainly doesn't make you feel any better knowing that there's guys on every base. You have to be perfect basically, because if you even throw a wild pitch.
But then you walk the bases loaded to the leadoff man.
Right, it turns the lineup over. And he does so as Brandon Murr sprints his way down to first base. Really good at bat here from him. So a walk to load the bases here. Another threat from KV. 2 runners in scoring position. 2 outs in the inning, and this brings up the leadoff hitter, Eggers. His dad, one of the coaches in that KV dugout along with him. You've been mentioning the defensive alignments. Strike 1 to Eggers. Pretty much straight up, everybody where they're supposed to be. Maybe a little bit of a right-handed pull here. But it's actually to the right side, not to the left side. So first baseman right, almost straddling that first base line. Third baseman off a little bit. That one upstairs.
The outfield's playing pretty square as well.
Yeah.
But if you get something in these corners or these gaps, they're deep. The ball's going to roll.
Well, we haven't seen, and I don't know if it's just because of, I would think the wind is going to carry things, but we really haven't seen anything carry too much into the outfield.
There hasn't been many, hard-hit balls. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like the foul ball, that was a home run, but...
That was the hardest hit one we saw.
Yeah.
And there was one down the right field line. But, yeah, other than that, the one that I thought that even looked like Tarek was able to almost grab and go for an out, I thought that one was safely in the gap, and it wasn't. 1-2. This one in the air, but foul behind us. Now, I am not parked that direction. I'm really happy I'm not.
No, that's that road. Is that 5th Avenue?
We ask our resident steel yard expert, Justin Cole, over there.
Let's look on maps.
We're here at his home, and he's got no answers for us.
Unbelievable.
What is this?
That is 5th Avenue.
See, look at you. I wouldn't have even attempted that.
I think I only knew that because I think Chris mentioned it a couple times on Friday night.
I could have. 1-2. This one coming back. Is it in play? Nope. It will get over that protective fence, kind of near a little bit in front of us. A couple of rows up. Now, this is not like a Savannah Bananas game where if you catch it, it's an out.
Do you like that?
I love that. Why not?
I don't know.
Get the fans in. It's not professional, so
it's not.
Who cares?
The best part, your favorite, it's a 2-hour time limit.
This one fouled back to the screen. It's not that I want to, I don't want to watch a game for a while.
No, there's sometimes I agree.
I don't mind if a game goes 3 hours, but there better be some movement in there.
Give me some action.
Yeah.
Not just dragging or
don't get me wrong,
walking around. Or
I love the idea of thinking about what pitch I want to throw and the schematics that go into, okay, it's 1-1 here or 1-2 here. What am I going to throw here to this guy? I love thinking that as that one down the right field line hits the seats. Actually finds the berm, almost makes its way back onto the field.
This is one of those at-bats, yes, your goal right now, of course, is to get on base and score a run right. But this is going to be a 7-8 pitch at-bat. It's a productive at-bat. Right?
Oh, absolutely,
You're getting
without
this
question.
Pitcher deep into his account a little bit, and this could benefit you in the 5th, 6th inning a little bit.
1-2. This one into right center, and this will be caught out and right by Hairston. Hairston making the catch, and Hobart leaves the damage to a minimum. Only 1 run comes across the board. We talked about wins and losses. That's a win for Hobart and really a win for KV as well as you look at this second inning. So it's 1-0 KV as we go to the third. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Planting a tree, installing a fence, whether your project is big or small, NIPSCO reminds you to know what's below and contact 811 at least 2 full business days before doing any digging so that utility companies can mark the location of their underground lines. Contacting 811 is free and it's the law. Avoid possible penalties, costly repairs, or injuries. DIY or a pro, safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Happy to have you with us on a beautiful Monday evening for high school baseball. NIPSCO is proud to be powering the youth of Northern Indiana. NIPSCO is wishing its Northern Indiana high schools to have a safe competition while displaying sportsmanship on and off the field. Getting ready to start the third inning, and we'll bring you what we believe to be the Hobart starting lineup now that I've kind of checked into this a little bit.
So we got 4 on deck.
Yep, we've got number 17 there. That's Nick Subchinski. That was right. Then Carlos Santana, Gabe Nunez. That's what we had originally, but that's when some wrinkles got to get thrown in there because it wasn't Ben Sullivan. We apologize. It was Connor Stafford that got thrown into that cleanup spot, so he was hit by a pitch earlier in the game. Then it was Kenjick and Andrews, and then Tarek came in that 7th spot. Murchek, the catcher, came in and was the 8-hitter. That was not on the original lineup card that we were given. And again, here's Barr, first pitch strike.
Doing a great job of just getting ahead in counts. He's not falling behind batters anymore.
The 0-1. And there for strike 2. He's really getting – this has been a couple of times now. This happened against Subchinski last time, and this is where Subchinski worked a really, really good at bat and ended up walking. Now, the board here at the Steel Yard has 1-1. It should be 0-2.
I think it's 0-2.
Yep. So Burr had to step off, regather his thoughts there. Breaking ball in there for called strike 3. 5th strikeout of the game for Alex Barr.
That curveball just froze him there. I think he was probably guessing and guessed wrong.
That happens sometimes. I guess wrong a lot. I know you don't.
No, never.
Never. Absolutely not. This brings up Carlos Santana now. Nate currently has Carlos Santana music playing in his head as he watches this at bat.
Yep. Just singing a little bit.
Please don't.
Maybe we can get him at the Hard Rock.
We'll get him. We'll have Rico sing. First pitch, another breaking ball in there for a strike. What does that do to a lineup of hitters when they see that constantly the pitcher is getting first pitch for a strike?
That's one of those, like, you can't miss it, right? You got to hit the one that you want. Like, usually early in the count, you lay off a breaking ball early, right? You don't, because that's not something you can really attack well. You want to hit fastballs early in the account, and if you get that, you can't miss it because that's when you got to take advantage. The pitcher takes advantage because he's ahead in the count. You're working his speed. So that's right now a great job by the coach to kind of slow the batter down here. Go talk to him because the pitcher's in a really great groove.
That's why he kind of looked over and he's like, all right, let's go, let's move it.
Yeah.
But then I'm also thinking, like, this is only the second time through the lineup, and if you watch a Major League game, they always talk about that third time through the lineup, but we're not there yet. But second time through the lineup, and I'm seeing, okay, of my 9 hitters, I don't have the official count, but I would say at least 8 or 7 of the 9 hitters all saw a first pitch strike. At what do you start swinging at that first pitch?
It depends. Like, again, if it's a curveball, no. You don't want to swing at a curveball 0-0 because it's really not something you can attack and drive. You want a fastball early. But like this at bat, he started off with the curveball first pitch. Some other bats, it was fastball. He's just doing a good job of throwing them both for strikes. But if it's a fastball early, you got to be ready to go.
So you have to be able to identify that quickly enough and get that bat swung. 0-2, just missing outside. Nice pitch. Makes it 1-2 the count. Because here I'm thinking, like, for me, And there's a reason I'm up here and they're down there. But one, because I'm old. But two, I'm looking at this and thinking, okay, he's throwing first pitch strike. I'm swinging no matter what.
But it's, again...
I know he's mixing in good pitches, but I want to make sure, even if he gets that first strike still and I miss it, I still want him to know, like, I'm willing to be aggressive on that first pitch.
So the one thing he's really doing, he is being in a really, with his rhythm, he never really goes the same pitch twice in a row. If he gets a strike one.
Fair.
He goes first pitch, strike, curveball. Next pitch is a fastball. If he goes first pitch, strike, fastball, his second pitch has been a curveball. So you got to mix that up now. Maybe go back-to-back curves, go back-to-back fastballs. It's just the rhythm you get in and what's working for you.
Well, and a night like this, sometimes certain pitches work a little bit better than others as well. You might be able to get that breaking ball working a little bit better on a night like this. It's really not cold minus the breeze that comes through. Breaking ball in there for the strikeout. 6 strikeouts on the day, and it looked like Santana was thinking fastball there.
Yeah, he was got to be ready, though. But, like, 2 strikes like this with the pitcher, you just got to choke up. At the end of the day, just put the ball in play, right? Yeah. Putting the ball in play, maybe a dribbler to the shortstop or second baseman is a better chance of getting on base than a swing and a miss.
7 batters retired in a row for Alex Barr. First pitch in there for a strike yet again. That time on the outside part of the plate to Gabe Nunez, the left-hander. Stafford awaits on deck. If Nunez can break up this rhythm. 0-1. Now evens the count at 1. And, we talk about the pace of play. Barr is actually working fairly quickly. To maybe taking a little bit more time than we're kind of used to. But for high school, it's right on par with where everybody else would be. But he's definitely getting to that mound. He wants to just get in there and work quickly. Another breaking ball. Just missing for a strike, maybe just a bit high. We certainly thought from our vantage point that was a strike.
Again, like that last batter that you batted before, Coach Weiland came over and called time to kind of slow the pace of the pitcher a little bit, right? He went over and had that conversation with them.
Thrown across the body there, 3-1 the count. He's not giving up a base runner since he hit Stafford back in the first inning. Would like to get out of this with no batters to worry about. Swing and a miss, 3-2 now. Count runs full. Got a good healthy hack. He had the right pitch
that's
picked
one of those,
out,
yeah.
but
you got a 3-1. He does not want to walk you, right? He's got to be ready to go with that.
So payoff pitch here. This one fouled back to the screen. And the nice thing too is fouls that back to the screen, put it back in play.
Right at you. It hit like the top, and it had a good angle come right back to the catcher.
Just right back, right back to him. Keep it in play. So we'll do it again. Another payoff pitch to the left-hander, Nunez, and that'll be ball 4.
That might be a coach's biggest pet peeve. A 2-out walk.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You got 2 outs. Just go at them, throw strikes. But now you got to run around now with 2 outs. You can't get completely. You got to keep going.
Well, and the mindset changes a little bit too. Let's say KV had put up 3 or 4 more runs in that inning. You can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. I mean, you're only up 1 run. You can't be too aggressive in that particular case because you're worried about other guys maybe hitting the ball hard or having a rally on the other side. So. That one was fouled back by Stafford, second baseman today. It's originally scheduled in the 7-hole, but then ended up popping up in that cleanup spot.
Magical.
Breaking ball missing upstairs, but that was the first time that I can think of in this entire game that on the first pitch it was swung and fouled.
Yep.
At least
the rest of them were take.
Oh, yes. So one of them were on the count, 2 away with a runner on first. This one popped right to the screen there, almost hit that slit in the net where
yikes.
Could have found
and that's why
a different home.
The nets go all the way down, right?
Yes.
Here they go to the end of the dugout, but professionally go all the way down to the foul pole.
Some places do. I don't think Wrigley does all the way to the foul pole.
I don't know if they can afford it.
1-2. That misses upstairs. That was good. That was a good little shot, little dig in right there.
They do got that nice FanDuel thing down the right field line.
Yeah, they do.
Priorities.
They also took some of my money watching opening day.
Yeah.
At the friendly confines. Bar. 2-2. Just low. And does that count as a stolen base, or is that defensive indifference for?
It's gonna go either way.
I'm gonna go stolen. I'm gonna go stolen base for Nunez.
Give it to him.
Yeah, why not? So Stafford with a full count here. Now runner in scoring position with a chance to tie the game. Stafford 7 RBIs on the year.
Could change some things. Get a ball in the outfield. He could score here.
Payoff pitch. Breaking ball missing upstairs, or going upstairs for called strike 3. Looked a little high, but home plate umpire says that's good enough for me. And that retires the side. We'll go to the bottom of the third. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
How far would you go to live another game night in the region? Well, lucky for you, you don't have to go far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Region Sports so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on all of our social media platforms. # Remember the Region.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Mike Brenner here along with the great one. Yeah, that means you, Nate.
Oh, sorry. Didn't know who you were talking about there. We got a great staff tonight here.
We do. We got a great bunch of guys. We got Justin Cole working one of the cameras. We got Mike Dewan, our sports director, working another camera. He's over there all lonely. He's not huddled into the little broadcast position that we've got over here at the Steel Yard. Joey Henrik doing the production today, learning the ropes.
Kind of cool. We got 2 cameras in the mix.
Yeah.
Trying something different.
Zach Miller here as well. So we go bottom of the third. Rowan Kenning leading things off for the Cougars, who lead at 1-0 here. First pitch from Burris is upstairs. And all that screaming behind us is not because people hate our broadcast. It's just a bunch of kids playing football behind us. 1-1. I'm sorry, 1-0, and that's downstairs, so 2-0 now the count.
So one thing that could come into a play here is, again, with these long innings of, like, runners getting left on base and stuff, it's a long time where the pitcher's not throwing in this
That's
cold.
a good point, yeah. It's an excellent point here as we're in the bottom of the third. This one chopped and goes foul on the third base side, so Kenning will lead things off. Stam, and then Childers, your scheduled hitters here in the third.
Did have the hardest hit ball today. Yes, it was a foul ball, but we'll take it.
(2-1) on the ground, right back to Burris. Flips it over to first. Never a doubt. And that's out number 1.
Those are sometimes the hardest ones. You know, like the in-between, like right at you. You don't have to move at all.
Never a doubt.
Sometimes you, like, overthink it.
Never a doubt.
Ooh. I can tell you've never been in that circle then.
I've walked around it.
Oh, okay, good. Nice little circle. Good. The white rubber up top in the middle there.
Yeah, you got that bump.
Yeah.
This brings up Stam now. First pitch in there for a strike from Burris. Connie Stam, 368, extra base hit. 2 RBIs. Look at a stolen base as well. He's your starting catcher for the Cougars. And Burris doing a really good, and I like what Stom did there is wait. He didn't get ready in that hitting position until Burris came set. A lot of times you'll see the hitter kind of get ready and kind of start to not load up, but will definitely get in that hitter's stance, and then the pitcher will wait a long time because you're thinking, okay, that's a lot of mental exertion to stand there with that bat ready to go like you're ready to take the pitch. And then that's when usually time is called, and sometimes we get that late time call because batters are like, okay, this is ridiculous. It's been 2 seconds, 3 seconds. I don't like this.
You get too stiff, right?
Yeah.
Like you get so tense in there. You got to be smooth. You got to relax and just be you and do what got you here.
But when we say, sometimes games go a little bit longer, those are little things in a game that make a difference. This one line and just over the head of Tarek. As Stom makes a big turnaround first, he'll go back in to the bag with a leadoff or with a 1-out single here, and this will bring up Childers, who also.
We'll get a courtesy here for the catcher. Trying to see what number this is.
Check
7?
Number 7, so we'll look that up here.
That's one of the great rules.
I should have these readily available, but
for the catcher, you can always get a courtesy there to speed up the game.
And that'll be Grayley Weaver to pinch run, courtesy runner, if you will. So Childers singled and scored that lone run for the Cougars back in the second inning. A lefty-lefty matchup here. Big swing. And it's strike one.
The runner kind of got deceived there. He went back. A little nervous on first base.
Well, nobody wants to make mistakes out there. That's for sure.
See,
time called here. The junior Weaver. Should be a song, isn't it? Junior Weaver, something like that. No.
Can you do that one more time? I didn't get that.
I just replay it on the Region Sports Network.
I got you.
Throwing over to first. You have to wait till we go back down to Indy.
What was that place called? Whistle Stop.
Yeah, I don't know the name. I don't remember.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I'm not the one that sang. It was
I did not
our compadre. The 0-1. This one chopped on the ground. Gets past the pitcher. Throw over to first. It goes wild. Runner down to third. Gets a little wild over there at first base.
Kind of talked about it's not how hard you hit it.
Right.
It's just where you hit it, right?
Correct. So that's going to be an E4.
Tough play on that. That's one of those almost you got to just eat it, right? If you don't have that, you got to just maybe fake them, and you can get that runner off second that kind of takes that wide turn.
Well, and here's the thing. If you do hold it, the worst thing that happens is your first and second. Now you have runners at the corners with 1 out, so it makes a difference, certainly, in the way that you have to approach this at bat now. Runners on the corner with 1 out, a fly ball ties or makes it a 2-0 game.
So in this situation, there's going to be some action that happens. There's either going to be a sack bunt, or they're going to give the runner's probably going to leave early to try to get in a pickle so that run can score. They're going to do something here.
Brings up Jason Parker, who will bat after this one, and that's probably what Coach is kind of running through here. Yeah, some scenarios of what's going to happen.
If this happens, we're going to do this. If that happens, we're going to do that.
Ideally, the Brickies would like a ball to their second or shortstop, and turn 2.
I don't have to worry about any of this.
Don't have to worry about any of that. No run comes across the board, because that's something that is still obviously a possibility here, but typically more in high school you see more of that small ball action. Are you a fan of the homer or the small ball action,
homer
approach?
I'm a launch angle guy.
You want the homers?
Do you get paid for singles?
Some people do.
Who?
Everybody.
Well, that's my point.
They get paid to get on base.
Yeah, sure. You come to watch singles, or you come to watch bumps?
I come to watch small. I like small ball. I think that's more entertaining overall over the course of a game.
Sure. You're a fun sucker. Steal.
Is that a
No,
balk?
he called a balk.
That's going to be a balk, yeah, because he didn't make a throw anywhere. If he made a throw, even if it was to the dugout,
just throw it to the first baseman there.
Because I don't know if that would have been, but he looked like he was starting to head home, and then also was like crossed up between the two.
And that's when that third baseman did a great job of trying to get that going. That could be a
that's a little small ball action there for you. 0-1 now with runner at second, only one out. This one lined into left. This will be caught out in left.
That's one of those where if that gets by you, that could be inside the park home run.
And that's fun.
No.
But what a play.
But that's a hard hit ball, right?
Right there are some of the best hands in the business, just like the Bricklayers Local 4, Indiana, Kentucky. Join Bricklayers Local 4 and start building your career today. Visit baclocal4.org to find out more. I mean, Subchinski getting down, having to get low and dive in to make that catch. Thing of beauty, and certainly a candidate for our our Proud Union Home Play of the Game presented by the Region Sports Network. That was a thing of beauty out there by Subchinski in left. And certainly a difference maker. Like you said, if that bounces and gets behind him, you got runs coming all over across the board here. Guys are running all over the place. And he has to run to try to get back and get that ball because it's rolling to the wall. But he keeps it in front of him, and he makes the catch. Absolutely a thing of beauty here with Tyler Smolik at the plate. The count is 1-1. This one popped in the air behind second base. Tarek makes the catch and ends the inning. And again, with a lot of threatening on the base path for the Cougars, they only scratch one run across the board. And it's 2-0 as we go to the fourth. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Planting a tree, installing a fence, whether your project is big or small, NIPSCO reminds you to know what's below and contact 811 at least 2 full business days before doing any digging so that utility companies can mark the location of their underground lines. Contacting 811 is free and it's the law. Avoid possible penalties, costly repairs, or injuries. DIY or a pro, safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000-square-foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Steel Yard at top of the fourth inning. Bricky's coming to bat. See if we can get something going. They've had their opportunities so far, and let's see if they can finally scratch one across. The goal right now, let's just get one. If they can get one, maybe get a hit. Attack this pitcher early. He's throwing lots of strikes. Little mound visit behind before we get going here. And here we go, folks. Connor Chenchik up the bat right now, leading us off. Pitcher gets set, find his move on the left side of the rubber. Batter set. The pitch. Ball low, fastball in the dirt. 1-0 count. Pitcher gets set. Ball high, 2-0 count. Two-and-oh count Still on the left side of that rubber. See if we're making that adjustment to move over. The pitch. Strike right in there. 2-1. Going to come back from an early 2-0 count. Come back and fire a strike right in there. The pitch. Curveball just misses the batter. 3-1. Three-one count. And welcome back.
Thank you. I almost got tackled out here. I was going to try for an interception and then.
Ball 4. Ball gets away. See if he can go 2.
He's not going to try.
He's not hustling. Leadoff walk here for the Brickies.
To bring up Javon Andrews now. Just got a text saying you did a phenomenal job to start the inning here in the 4th.
I'm sure you did.
Who let that guy talk?
Please mute him. Put on the sign. Right, that billboard right there on 65. Or the toll road, I apologize. Every time you cross that, you got to take a loan out. To go to Chicago, it's like $25.
It's not easy to get across anymore.
Oh, it's easy. It's easy to come out of your bank account, too.
Well, I don't have much in there to begin with, so.
Why is mine always red? I don't know what that means.
Please deposit more money.
Enter here.
Top of the 4th inning, 2-0 Kankakee Valley. Conference game between these two schools. Still Alex Barr on the bump, and we're going to have a little meeting on that mound there because the leadoff walk. Actually, I really did get it. I really did. Look at that. See? You thought I was lying.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks, Janelle Tobias, tuning into tonight's matchup.
What a lovely lady. We got some action now.
You got to call her son's triple the other day, so.
It's easy when he does the work.
It's a good point.
He's one of the best hitters in our area.
He's hustling around those bases as well, yeah. Yeah, meeting on the mound, and you said, as you mentioned, they're going to have some action in the KV bullpen down the left field line there. Here's the 2-0. Swung on and missed for Andrews. So 2-1 here. See what kind of magic the pitching coach has in setting Barr straight here. Comes back and fires a beautiful strike. 2-1. Make it 2 in a row.
Never good when the first ball goes in left field.
In the bullpen?
Yeah.
Ouch. Like one of my bullpen sessions.
They don't want to run to the real one. It's so far away.
No kid.
You need a golf cart to get over there and see in 2 innings.
They have those now, right? The 2-2. And that one gets away from the catcher, thinking about taking third as a liberty and seeing if he can get the catcher napping a little bit, but Kenjic will go to second on the wild pitch.
Seems like this pitcher's trying to do a little too much right now. Just go back to what was working the first couple innings, and you were very successful.
7 strikeouts through 3. Now a full count here. Would like to get that first out. We'll have time called, and we'll have a little different scenario here with a runner on second base. You got to think mentally. If you can get the strikeout here, you're wishing you hadn't had that wild pitch because then you could be out of this in a double play potentially. 3-2. Runner's kind of scooting off second, but it won't matter because it's another walk.
This is when the coach always tells the guy in the bullpen, hurry up, let's go, move it. And there's a meeting here.
We'll have another. I don't know the limits on how many times a pitcher or a coach can come out to check on the pitcher. Is there a limit on that?
I think it's 2. The second time, or I think it's the second time of the inning he's got to come out.
Well, this would be the second meeting, so is he coming out?
Then it's the third.
It's the third, okay.
It's the third.
Oh, no, he is coming out.
So, there you go.
Barr is coming out. I cannot see the number warming up.
20 sounds right?
I thought I saw 20. So we will get that number for you, and then we'll step aside for some of these warm-up pitches. Could be Gavin Renfro if that is number 20. But we'll step aside. We'll bring you the action on the other side of the break. You're watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. Mike Brenner here along with Nate the Great Ramian. And it is Gavin Renfro that is on now to pitch for Kankakee Valley. Give him some room. Jeez. And I don't know who.
Scrum.
We were also mentioning we don't know who the PA announcer here is in the building, but
he's good.
He's very good, very talented. It was very professional.
Rest in peace, though.
That's what I was gonna mention
the
earlier.
Railcats, man, he was the voice of the Railcats forever, and you always enjoyed coming to a ball game because you knew he was going to be up there, and he always did a great job, and he made the game so fun.
Yeah, the great Tommy Williams, who passed away not that long ago. Region legend for sure. You can always hear him really in a lot of ways. Yeah, you heard him here at Railcats games. You could hear him out at Lake Station doing boys basketball games. His voice is just iconic here in the region. Certainly a great guy too. Whenever you would talk to him, he always had something positive to say and wanted to know how things were going in your life. Runners go, and that'll be a double steal. But yeah, Tommy Williams certainly going to be missed around the region. I was going to mention that earlier, and then I feel like that moment wasn't the best at that point.
Good fake bunt double steal there. So they got man on second and third, no outs. Is it still on? I think so. It might be.
Tarek almost gets hit by that pitch. Catcher can't find it. Runner at third's not going. He's not. If he can see the ball, he's not running to kind of get that as the catcher. Stam could not find that one initially.
So we have the first baseman's in, so he's expecting something. Third baseman's back, shortstop's back. They're going to probably look the runner back and go one.
Here's a 1-1. Big swing and miss. 1 and 2, and that must have caught a little bit of somebody. Usually when the umpire goes out and kind of kicks some invisible dirt off the plate, and he's making sure the catcher's okay.
That's that good relationship they
yeah,
have.
Absolutely.
It would reciprocate if it was the opposite as well.
Well, they both know how it is back there. 1-2. Breaking ball in there for called strike 3. And Tarek frozen at the plate.
I think we got a pinch hitter. 23's batting.
Okay.
Sometimes in these situations when you got second and third, 1 out or no outs, and you make this sub, sometimes you put your best bunter in there, right? Your best person that's going to make contact. Might not be the most power, might not be your best player, but this person will probably just make contact the best. And
This will be Alex Martin to
But
pinch
here's what
hit.
they're doing. Coach just said, you know what, I'm just going to walk you. So
I like
walking
that.
him, you can go any bag here.
Well, so the intentional walk, and the reason they went because that was a righty-lefty matchup, and maybe the coach knows something about the way that Renfro throws to righties. But this loads the bags.
Top of the order, right?
Sorry, throwing to lefties. Nope, number 9 hitter. This is Hairston here. And they're asking about something at home plate. Can they get a courtesy? Are they asking about
re-enter maybe?
They're going to keep Martin
Hold
at
on.
first. That's what the umpire's thinking about, what he maybe told him. He's like, maybe he's going to have to stay there.
No, he can re-enter.
But they may have been looking at potentially doing a pinch run
pinch runner for that.
Yep, they're looking at a pinch. So it's a pinch runner for the pinch hitter.
So now we'll see who goes back to the field. And the original guy can.
Well, correct. And
got to get your helmet on, buddy. 28.
Back to 28, which was, I believe that was Murchik. Yep, Murchik, so the original catcher in that spot.
So now
Andrews has taken some liberties over at second. He's just kind of chilling on the bag right now.
Umpires get together, just make sure we get the call right. You know what I mean? Just make sure everyone's on the same page of what's going on here. And that's what you want to do right now. You don't want guesses. And are you sure that's the correct call? Are you sure? No, they're going to get together, put two brains, better than one sometimes.
Well, because this is, it's the original hitter, and now we have another.
We
have another runner heading out to first.
2.
It's going to be Landon Gritko.
So number 2 is on the bag now. This is the third guy that's been on first base.
Who is on first?
So number 2 is on first base after all that fun stuff.
What's on second, and then where's on third? What's that?
Exactly.
What's that bit?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Now we'll just see what happens.
Bases loaded for the second time today for the Brickies. That pitch missing down low, and really what this does is, Renfro went a long time without really warming up any pitches there, so a lot going on. 1-0. Pitch missing outside, so 2-0, and there's nowhere to put him. So you got to be, if I'm Hairston here, I'm looking
to swing.
I'm looking fastball here, right?
If I get a fastball right now, I'm trying to hit it off that local Union 597 here.
That comes upstairs. You knew it wasn't gonna be there, but this one's got to be in the zone. Are you green light on 3-0?
Not right now. I'm taking this pitch.
Okay.
3-0, 1 out. He has not came close to a strike right now.
So you're taking just because he hasn't thrown the strike. There it is. Because I was going to ask you what your mentality is different versus for 2-0 versus 3-0.
And still, though, right there, that was inside. That could have went either way, that pitch. It's still right now 3-1. It's in your hands. It's still your favor. It's still got to be something you can drive.
This one comes back and near us. Look out. Just to our left. I wasn't ready to panic just yet. Plus, you're also closer to the equipment, so when it comes back our way, you got to protect the equipment.
I got some faith on my right side here.
This one lined into left, and it'll get down and roll to the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Holding up at third, the ball gets cut off, makes its way to the catcher, and it's a 2 RBI double. Jamie Hairston. And he pumps the fist. Let's go.
He took advantage of that fastball, right? His count, he knew what he needed to hit there, and he was not late. He drove it to the left side, and it just got over that left fielder, and it rolled to the fence, scored 2 runs. We got a tie ball game.
Small ball. Excuse me.
How do you score the run? How do you score the run?
Not a homer.
A laser.
Not
Get
a
it
homer.
up. Get it up.
Not a homer.
Bunt, you'd have been out there. Bunts equal outs.
I didn't say anything about bunts.
Bunts equal outs. Outs equal you don't score.
All right, back to the top of the lineup. before Nate punches me in the face. Nick Subchinski takes the first pitch for a strike. That's all 3 at-bats now. We're only in the 4th. That's all 3 at-bats where he's had to take the first pitch for the strike.
I'm surprised the corners aren't in. So the first baseman's in, sure. But we'll see here.
Runners going. Suicide squeeze. Over to first. Stepping on first. We've got a collision. Another run comes around to score. I didn't see what the call was at first base. I got hung up on the fall, and then watching the run come around to score. Looks like he's going to stay there, so Subchinski stays at first. There's going to be a discussion.
So it looks like the throw took him off, right?
We'll have the replay here. Well, we don't have the replay. I thought Zach was pointing that out. So will that be – that was on the pitcher, right, that threw that ball?
Sure.
So that are we going E1 on that, or is that just
let me see if I can pull this back up.
So we're going to have the base umpire is going to go chat with the home plate umpire to see if maybe he had a slightly different view about first base. It's a tough call when everyone's converging and awkwardly getting to that spot. 2 runs have come across the board. Well, wait. Yes, 2 runs have come across the board, and they're going to say safe, so those runs are going to score. And at first base, Nick Subchinski will stand on the cushion. So they have not ruled it an error on the board here. So I'm going to say that's going to be a single. They have not ruled an error on the big board over there, Nate. So I'm going to rule this I don't know, do we go 2 RBIs on that? He did score 2 runs.
I'd say 1 RBI on that.
See, I feel like there should be an error in there somewhere, but
I agree.
We'll give him 2 RBIs. Why not? Just tie score. We'll give it to him. So it's 4-0 Brickies. I'm sorry, 4-2, excuse me. 4-2 Brickies over KV here. Things kind of starting to unravel here in this 4th inning. Yep, they have officially ruled that a hit on the big board here at the Steel Yard. No error. You know, I'm just looking that hit from Hairston. That was the first hit of the game for the Brickies. Now ball gets away. Runner down to second, looking to go to third, but stops midway towards third. Lots happening here in this 4th inning for everybody. A lot of wildness going on.
All this is coming after the coach pulled the pitcher out, right? He couldn't throw strikes. He was cruising the first 3 innings. And then...
yeah, hadn't allowed a hit, 7 strikeouts through 3, and then all of a sudden the wheels started to come off, and that's exactly how the Brickies have capitalized on mistakes and looking to go to second. Doesn't make the throw. We've had a little bit of everything in this game. We have had a balk call earlier in this one. That's not something you see too often.
No, it's one of those. It's like the bingo card, right? We're getting close.
1-0. Missing downstairs, 2-0. That's what we got to start doing for games. We got to start.
I agree. That's a good one.
We got to make a bingo card. How many times will Brander screw up? Over, under 5.
I'll take the under.
You're wrong. Always punch the over. 2-0. In there for a strike.
Life's too short to bet the under.
We'll have naked gets hit with football.
If that football hits me, that might be on the mound.
Throwing it away.
Just taking my ball and going home.
2-1. You say I'm a fun sucker. Get off my lawn.
Go watch the baseball game.
It's America's sport.
Jeez Louise. Big lead at second.
2-2. Right back to the screen.
That's one of those with that big lead he's got. Something in the grass, coach will be kind of aggressive with it and make maybe a wet ball with the dew maybe. I don't know if it's how it is down there, but You got to make a good throw. You got to make a good catch. And you got to hold it. A lot of things got to go right.
So you think it's dewy out there?
I bet it is.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
What's the temp?
I've got 57 degrees.
Woo.
It's a beautiful day for baseball. It's fouled again out to the right. A lot of Bricky fans tuned in. We're cheering on those Brickies. Saying way to go. Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Do you know the song they sing?
I don't know the lyrics. Nope, sorry. I'm not a Hobart resident. Just a broadcaster.
Just
popped in the air again. Another foul ball.
A lot of fighting off here, right? 2-2 count. He's fighting off a lot of pitches. A lot of baseballs going over there on Fifth Avenue.
A lot of $10 balls being taken out of play here. Make sure you stay with us at the conclusion of this one because we'll have the Crowd Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowd Companies have offices open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. 2-2. Runner goes. Fouls it right back to the screen.
It's one of those.
I can tell Nate really wants to be behind the plate. You're doing all the umpire gestures out there. I like it. It's Carlos Santana doing all the battling. Renfroe looking for that runner at second. Hustles him back. Fouled back our way. Look out.
Heads up, Larry.
Look out, Larry. He may have gotten hit by the football.
So that last pitch, the runner was not going. But the runner before, the pitch before, he was. So we'll see if it mixes it up here. Let's see if he goes again. He's got a huge lead at second. Now they have the second baseman trying to hold him on.
2-2 comes inside.
Full count.
I'm assuming time. I looked down for a second.
He called time.
I was going to say
that's one of those.
That's a late one.
That's one of those. You got to just throw it still. That's when you get hurt.
Right.
When you're doing your wind up and stuff, and you stop.
3-2, and that comes upstairs, so it's a walk.
No one in the bullpen right now for the Cougars. This is one of those, coach, like you got to figure this out and fight through this. This is part of that season where it's at. They're just playing a lot of games, and you can't afford to waste arms. You know what I mean? You got to say, yes, it's rough right now, but we got to figure this out and fight through this.
Well, these two teams play again tomorrow over at Hobart. That's some of the things, too, is a lot of these conference games, they play right back to back, and they may have a couple of days off. Checking on that runner over at second.
That runner's doing a good job of getting the pitcher's head.
Yeah, 100%. Renfroe is thinking about that runner. Sapchinski out there, who has made a beautiful catch out in left today, causing some havoc over at first base. Now Carlos Santana on for the second time over at first base. He's thinking some evil ways out there as well. Got that? 1-1, up and out.
How long were you thinking of that one?
I may have been Googling some songs from Carlos Santana.
That's okay.
You know, I did that when I was in middle school band. We did that in a marching scenario when we were at doing some of the parades. We played Evil Ways.
Can you run it back for us real quick?
Not a chance. 2-1. Played the trumpet. 3-1 the count here.
I can see you a flute guy.
No, I was not a flautist.
No?
I was a trumpeter. I was not very good at it.
That's okay.
3-1. Runners kind of taking big leads, and that's back-to-back walks. So bases loaded here yet again. This is the third time tonight the Brickies have had the bases loaded. Came through last time. It was that first inning we were talking about where they had the bases loaded, only minimal outs, and then all of a sudden no runs came across the board. We were wondering how that was going to come back to affect them later in the game. It has not affected them as of yet because now they've done it again and they've scored some runs, and now they have dogs on the grill yet again with a 2-run lead here in the top of the fourth inning. They've scored 4, and still only 1 out in the inning as Stafford calls time. He'll step out for just a moment.
So we got the corners in, so something there. They're going to come home. Middle will turn 2. I think at this point, the whole infield should be in. You can't take that risk. You can't go 5-2, but yes, you have 2 outs, but you can't go that risk because you're not scoring much right now either.
Oh, 1. In there for a called strike 2. Looked like a good enough pitch. Home plate umpire takes his time making that signal. This will be a big out here for Renfro if he can get a strike out of Stafford. Ground ball, third base, to the plate and throws it away. Ball gets away. Another run comes in. Renfro doesn't have the tag in time. Ball is loose. Another runner coming to the plate. It gets thrown away again. Hobart. Nunez stands on third. And we've got players down on the ground. Not sure out of pain or frustration. And just like that, it's a bases clearing error, and Nunez gets all the way to third base.
Michael, what did we just witness, sir? We had a ground ball.
Let me check my bingo card.
We had a ground ball to third base. Third baseman tried to get the force at home. He threw it away. And then when he tried to get the next runner coming at home, he threw that away. And then it just kept circling.
Are any RBIs awarded on that?
No, it's an error.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I'm looking around. I'm like, and then we got the left fielder all the way out to the wall.
Because the pitcher
the bullpen, has thrown the ball away. So they're even throwing the ball away in the bullpen.
Got a 7-piece so far, and there's still only 1 out.
A runner at third. First pitch into Kenjic. We have officially, once we get through this batter, we batted around in the order. So 1-0 to Kenjic, who led off this inning with a walk. That's a strike.
What a wild events.
I mean, how many errors did we just see on that? 3, right?
I think there was 3.
Yeah, that's what they have on the board.
Yeah.
3. I don't even see who. Third baseman, first baseman, and catcher?
It was, I would say, the third baseman for sure. The catcher threw it, and it was a weird play at the plate because it kind of just got kicked out, right?
Yeah.
And it just kicked away.
Trying to throw it to first. That's right. Yeah.
If you would have stayed there, like if the ball would have stayed, none of that would have happened. It just kind of got hit his glove, and it kind of just kicked away. But either way, you got a 3-1 count here. We got to come back to earth and throw some strikes.
(3-1). This one fouled away. Close to the KV dugout here. Still top of the fourth inning. Yeah, like you said, Hobart with a 7 spot in the top of the fourth inning here, and they're still not done. Only 1 away, as you said, Nate, with a runner on third base. Still threatening to score.
7 runs on only 2 hits.
That is correct. Oh, this one popped foul behind us.
Oh.
That was going in the direction of our sports director, Mike Dewan, over there. He got a little nervous.
He did. Look at his face.
Love it. Can we spin that camera around real quick? He's a thing of beauty over there.
Is he awake?
Yes. 3-2. Oh, and misses for ball 4. So back-to-back walks in the inning for Kenjic. Now, this is one of my pet peeves in baseball, a unclean scorecard here where I have to, go around and then, I don't like that. Thanks a lot, Hobart. They don't care. They're keeping the lineup moving. Here comes Andrews. Walking a strikeout today.
Do they stay aggressive on the bases?
Why not?
Yes.
Why not?
Yes, they do.
It's a conference game.
See, there it goes again.
Ball gets away. Runners moving.
See, he's got to be hustling. You got to want third. Like, stay there. Because he could throw it back to the pitcher right now, and that can go away again, and you're on third base.
Renfroe definitely showing some displeasure as he makes his way back to the bump. We're going wild pitch or pass ball on that one?
Wild pitch.
Okay. Pitchers around everywhere are not happy with you.
That's okay. Throw a strike.
Fair enough.
And he will right now.
1-0.
Just
missing outside. See, this is. Thought you said you're never wrong.
Yeah, it happens.
Can't trust this guy. 2-0. There's your strike. And runner takes third base.
Did you see it last week on the Dodgers game on Sunday Night Baseball where the guy hit a home run, right? And the guy in the field did the old switcheroo, and they interviewed him.
No.
So he caught a home run ball, right? And he had another one ready for him in his pocket, so he threw that one back.
Interesting.
And then the ESPN guys went to the outfield to interview him. So why'd you throw it back?
Because I can't.
Yeah. Why'd you do the switcheroo? Like of course they caught him on camera doing it.
Of course. That's how it always works. Another walk for Renfroe here.
I think we're going to have a pitching change.
That's his 5th walk of the inning.
Yep, he's done.
Yep. All right, we're going to step aside. We'll bring you the next pitcher on the other side of the break. You are watching Game Night of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here with Nate Ramian. And, of course, it never fails that they bring somebody into the game to pitch, and we don't have them on our roster. So it is number 10. So if anybody knows who that is, feel free to leave a comment in our social media so we can try to get you that number, because I don't have a number 10 on our roster. We'll work it out here in just a little bit, but a new pitcher on for KV. Things are really starting to unravel here in this 4th inning. Hobart leads it now 8-2 here in the top of the 4th inning. So still warming up here. This gives us a chance to talk about our awards that we'll hand out at the end of this one. We've also got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. All right, we got Nate back with us here. He was able to hear the name of the pitcher. I heard Lucas. What was the last name that you heard?
It sounded like Butler.
Lucas Butler? All right, we'll go with that. Runner gets hit in the back as they throw the ball down to third. Man, we really are just seeing a little bit of everything in this game. The runner gets plunked, and he's rubbing his backside now.
That hurts.
So we think Lucas Butler now on for KV after Renfro having some struggles. So 0-2 the count here on Tarek, who lines this one down the left field line, but it will be foul. It's the wind starting to pick up here at the Steel Yard as well. And here in Gary.
He's not on our roster. He's not.
Yeah, I got nothing here. I'm looking.
Might be one of those guys, like he's a JV guy, right?
Normally.
Just getting his chance. Getting his opportunity here.
He's quickly 0-2 on his first hitter of the game, and that's called strike three. So he comes in and gets the first part of his job done. He's going to be asked to do one more. That is the 9th strikeout of the game of Hobart hitters and the 3rd strikeout for Tarek of this game.
Way to come in with a big situation with man at second, third, and throwing strikes, right? That's huge.
So first pitch, strike again to the hitter. This is Murchek. The 0-1 missing outside. So 1 ball, 1 strike. KV desperately trying to get to the bottom portion of their inning. They got some work to do, trailing by 6 at the moment. 1-1. Nice stop by the catcher Stomp.
And that always gives you a little more confidence when you have that catcher back there, right? You have that trust.
Okay, so it's not Butler, it's Parker. At least that's what I got here on Game Changer. So Parker, Butler, they're close. So we'll go Lucas
Parker. Let me take his headset off.
So 3-1 the count here on Murchek. And that's going to be a base on ball. So gets that strikeout, but now another walk. This is, let's see.
So we got another courtesy
walks.
Runner.
Yep.
Number 2.
Back to number 2 for Hobart. That's Landon Koritko. So Hairston comes up. He had that big RBI knock to tie the game. What feels like an hour ago, but it was this inning. Lined into right. This will touchdown for a hit and fair. 1 run is in. Here comes a second. The throw home. Gets away and goes into the KV dugout.
He should get third.
So the runner at second right now gets to go to third. 3 more runs have come across the board.
So where he had first established, correct? So from that throw, you get 2. So 1, 2.
So we'll say it's a
single,
a 2 RBI single.
Correct, and then a E from the first baseman.
Okay, so he gets all the way around.
That's just the luck it through the gate here. 11-2.
It is 11.
We're getting in run roll range. Soon.
That's true.
If they
so fourth
they,
inning,
they
yeah,
need to
3
put that
because 3 runs have come across. Yes, as that wind continues to pick up. So they have 9 on the board here, but it is 11 on the air. So Parker trying to get out of this inning here. This one, a nice stop by the catcher, Stom, and throws down to third. Trying to push him off the bag a little bit. That won't work. But, yeah, if we do score one more run, if you're Hobart, if you score one more run, then, yeah, that 5th inning, all of a sudden we go – I mean, we have to play the bottom of the 4th, but you're looking – is it 15 after 5? No, it's 10 after 5. Okay. So Hobart would like one more, but they won't get it, so it's a called strike 3 to bring this inning to an end. It's an 11 spot for the Brickies, 11-2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching Game 9 on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
First home, dream home, forever home. Tech Credit Union has the right home loan for you. Their loan officers can help you purchase a home, refinance your current mortgage, or unlock your home's equity to get a cash out for any purpose. Let Tech Credit Union show you why they are the better option for a home loan. Learn more at www.techcu.org or call 800-276-8324. Tech Credit Union is an equal housing lender and federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here at the Steel Yard in this matchup between the Cougars and the Brickies. It was all Cougars for a while. They led 2-0 going to the top of the 4th inning. Then all of a sudden an explosion took place and the Hobart Brickies put up 11 in the top of the 4th inning. A lot of walks, a lot of wild throws. And just like that, it is a 11-2 ball game. So KV here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Declan Murr. Gavin Renfro is the scheduled hitter. And then Brandon Murr. So Burris still on for Hobart. So 1-0 the count here to Declan Murr. So that was a long time for Burris to be sitting, swing and a miss. Still looks to have things going here, but when your team all of a sudden is up 11-2, I feel like even though you were sitting for a while, maybe trying to stay loose as best you possibly can, maybe even went down to that bullpen to throw a little bit, all of a sudden you got a 9-run lead and things are looking pretty good. And then you come back and get a couple of strikes here, 1-2 the count.
You're a little more relaxed, right?
Yeah.
You got that lead. You can. It's okay, not okay to miss a couple things, but you have that leverage a little bit.
Well, we talked about it, with a lead like this, it kind of leads to you can afford to be a little bit more aggressive as he comes out and gets a strikeout of Declan Murr, his second strikeout of the game. He's retired 3 in a row now, going all the way back to about 7 hours ago when we played the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Or just one of those where let's ride him out because we can save arms, right?
Yeah.
We can save arms for this week.
Well, like we said, they're playing again tomorrow. We're right back at it tomorrow. And this is Parker here. And for Gavin Renfro.
Just pumping strikes right now. Just got a lead. Take advantage of this.
That's in there for a strike, so 0-2. So Hobart wants to keep KV right where they're at right now with an 11-2 lead. And then they want to scratch off one more run, and at least one more run in the fifth. And then all of a sudden this is looking like it's going to be a 5-inning game potentially, but until we get to that 10-run difference, it will not be the case. Another strikeout. Man, all of a sudden Burris coming out here, like you said, just pumping strikes.
Again, when you get that lead, because last time he pitched, last inning he was losing, right?
Right.
So, like, that's a totally different mentality, a total different everything now. Yes, it was half an hour, 45 minutes ago last time he pitched.
Feels a lot longer than that.
Well, you're right, but
my perception of time is way off.
9:05.
This game was started on, Monday morning.
We are 2 hours
There was daylight when we started.
There was daylight. Thank God for these lights above us.
Right? No kidding. Little tiki lights, I like it. A little fancy where we're at. This one line down the right field line. It will hook foul. But a good effort out there from Hairston.
That's a long
It is a long
run.
Now, as we mentioned earlier, 320 down the left field line, and then 335 down the right field line, and has a little bit of a jut that goes out a little bit, a little farther out and right, a little curved wall over there.
In the corner, there's not much foul territory.
That pitch is in there for a strike.
So you got foul line wall almost.
Correct. Looks like more room than they get at Wrigley, though. About the same, maybe. Burris trying to get out of this inning. 1-2-3. And that's going to be it. Called strike 3. And it's a 3-strikeout inning for Burris. And we go to the 5th with the Brickies up big. You're watching Game 9 of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Planting a tree, installing a fence, whether your project is big or small, NIPSCO reminds you to know what's below and contact 811 at least 2 full business days before doing any digging so that utility companies can mark the location of their underground lines. Contacting 811 is free and it's the law. Avoid possible penalties, costly repairs, or injuries. DIY or a pro, safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with Nate Ramian. Bringing you high school baseball here from the Steel Yard, home with the Gary Railcats. Personally, one of my favorite places to come in and check out a ball game.
Yeah, there's always some good stuff going on here. There's always some event, right? Like if it's not Health Day, if it's not Kids Day, if it's not Boys and Girls Club Day, Little League Day, there's always something going on here just to get people in the stadium. I always love the hula hoop game at the end of the games.
That's always fun.
You buy those tennis balls.
We used to do that, yeah, when I was younger.
The guy's name was Jason, the PA guy. He walks around with the wireless mic.
Yeah.
The best.
Great guy.
Great guy.
I remember sitting here and he tried to, there was a The Bears were playing on a Sunday, and he was trying to get the whole crowd. They had just scored a touchdown or something. He was trying to get the whole crowd to sing Bear Down, and I think I was the only one in the crowd that knew the words to Bear Down.
Usually, a couple years ago, he was the Bear mascot as well.
Really?
Dead serious.
That I did not know.
He was.
The things you learn working with Nate the Great.
He's a good guy.
Always full of chock full of information. Now, I am looking over at third base. I believe we might have a new third baseman in there.
You got some eagle eyes, my friend.
Well, I'm also looking at Game Changer, and they have a new third base, Luke Basie, on there for third base, so that's what's prompting my attention down to third base.
Okay. Let's get some other guys in the ballgame.
Number 17. So we'll see how that plays out as Parker's still on the bump for KV. And this is Carlos Santana. 3-1. And that's going to be a leadoff walk. And that's that 10th run that Hobart is looking for that's on base now.
Do you think they're
Do they
shooting
call it
for
Maria
that?
Maria? No? Okay, never mind.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's time for me. It's past my bedtime. It's time to go home. You got this the rest of the way?
No. We had a little action on Friday night.
Gabe Nunez, who got that walk earlier in the game. First pitch strike to him.
What is
Takes
it?
That one outside.
Is it Movie Tuesday in your classroom tomorrow?
Movie Tuesday? No, actually we have state testing tomorrow.
Ooh, fun
Just
stuff.
to start the day. I'll let you, I don't think it's fun, but that's just me personally.
No, you're right. I always making sure all the devices are ready to roll and charged and all that fun stuff.
You're bringing bad mojo, man.
That's
bringing
positivity.
You're bringing
positivity,
the jinx.
my friend. Everything's going to be ready to roll in Lake Central land tomorrow. That A-plus score.
We've been good so far. Checking on that runner at first.
Clarkville over there.
A little bit.
How was that play last week, huh?
Phenomenal. Our middle school has put on a great production of Alice in Wonderland. It was great. Ball gets away, runner down to second, and now that 10th run gets into scoring position. And by 10th run, I mean the 12th run of the game, but makes it a 10-run deficit. KV's trying to keep that from happening. They want to play a full 7 here and try to score a few more.
The hits are still only 3-3.
This hasn't been a high hitting game. It's been a lot of walks and a lot of, like we just saw there, a lot of walks and a lot of thrown around. I mean, there are 6 errors combined between both teams.
And only 6 hits.
It's not a ratio you really want to have in a ball game.
No. One team wants it.
Well, correct. Stafford comes up here now. 0 for 2 on the day. This one hit deep into left, but tracking it and making the catch, trying to make the tag. Murr made the catch, ball gets away, and now the runner gets down to second base, but that was the guy on first, so that was Nunez on first, so he takes second base. So runners advanced on the fly out to left. So even though in most cases that wouldn't be a productive out, that turned into a productive out.
Yeah, again, they did a good job of knowing that's going to be caught, right, and getting back and tagging. There could be some teams where you just see it's going to be a catch and you just kind of stay halfway because if he drops it, you're scoring.
Correct.
But they knew the situation.
And also with the wind, the way that it's kind of whipping out in that left field area, you kind of hard to judge in some cases. It's Kenjic now. Takes the first pitch for a strike, and now this one also in there for a strike, 0-2. So if you're Hobart, you want to just continue to have productive at-bats, and by productive, you need to continue to move the runners.
The 2 strikes, right? This first baseman needs to back up. He'll range up a little bit.
This one fouled back to the screen.
He's not going to bunt with 2 strikes here. Range up.
He doesn't seem to be heeding your advice.
He does not. Well,
so 1-2 the count here on Kenjic. Breaking ball, really nice pitch in there from Parker. Caught him looking.
He's done a not bad job coming in the game. And
no, he's kind of stopped it.
When he threw strikes, they put the ball in play, right? But he has a couple strikeouts.
Yeah, 2 strikeouts. 3 strikeouts, I beg your pardon.
See, I'm wrong.
This one in the air, popped up by second, and it's going to fall. 1 run is in. Here comes a second. Close play at second. We got a collision at second, but 2 runs have come across the board. As that was kind of, you talked earlier about a Bermuda Triangle, Nate.
That we found it.
Yeah, 3 guys all converging on it, trying to make the play. So that's going to be a 2 RBI double for Kendrick. I'm sorry, for Andrews, excuse me.
0-0 new hitter.
Okay, so for Hobart, that's going to be Garrett Higgins.
That's one of those. That's a tough play, right? Like, second baseman's got to sprint out there. You just got to turn and sprint. But right fielder's rushing in. Center fielder's coming in. Someone just has to take charge and say, I'm not letting this drop, right?
To me, I know it was shallow and had to come a long way, but that kind of felt like, I mean, second base was twisting and turning a little bit. I felt like that should be more the right fielder. Am I wrong on that?
I would say center fielder.
Center field, okay.
But just, again, that angle, it depends where they're shaded, right? If they're playing, if he's right now, the center fielder's dead center, right? He's not shaded to right side or right center or left center. But, like, that's a long run.
Yeah, it is.
It seemed like the second baseman just kind of turned and jogged.
He was twisting and turning, yeah.
Like, you got to just turn and sprint and get underneath it, and you'll always come back. But, again, at the end of the day, that's a tough play.
3-0, and that one skips in front of the plate. Runner doesn't advance from second, so Higgins on at first.
Last year, the new baseball rule is you're allowed to wear jewelry now. Do you like that rule?
To me, the jewelry doesn't bother me.
Sure.
In baseball,
yeah.
Other sports, it can, because I think that comes into play a little bit more.
Like if the kids wear the necklaces, right?
Like in basketball and football. Like that
I get it.
Yeah, that could be a little bit more. In baseball, I don't think that comes into play nearly as much.
Sure.
Yeah, in basketball, somebody goes to foul you and all of a sudden gets a hand on a necklace and, pulls you down via a necklace with a neck, or that can get dangerous. I just don't think that happens in baseball too often. I mean, we watch a lot of guys in professionals that wear, it feels like 5, 6, 7 chains sometimes, and
sure.
The only thing that keeps them down is just weighted down. They don't run as fast. 13-2 the score. Breaking ball missing upstairs. So Hobart is at the point now where they have over 10 runs. So as of right now, KV would have to score at least 2 runs if the score holds the way it does to be able to move on to a 6th inning. That's in the bottom, so we'll see what happens. We've seen some wacky stuff in this game.
It's a wild game. So here we got full count, 2 outs. On the release here, the runner should be in motion.
They are. And it's a foul ball. Hot shot right down the third base line there. Coach didn't even flinch in that third base box.
Coach Bobby's one of the best guys around. He runs a good travel organization this summer out of the Legion, Post 502. And a lot of the guys from Northwest Indiana play for him. Good dude.
Another payoff pitch. Fouled back to the screen. And Korko is awaiting in the on-deck circle. We've seen him a few times today for some pinch running situations.
If I'm these runners right now, I'm like, man, two times in a row.
Either miss it or hit it into play. This time he does. Hot shot at second, skips away. Another run comes across the board on an RBI single.
Can you do this for a second?
For Martin. So it's Jamie Hairston here. Higgins. That was Higgins on at first. I beg your pardon. So nope, Murchek. All right. Trying to keep things in line here. So Murchek at first, Higgins at second, and coming around to score was Andrews on that RBI single from Murchek. This one lined and down in left. Gets away from Murr. He'll throw to third. Ball cut off. Basie able to hold it there. It's another RBI single, this time for Kortko.
They just got the gas pedal still going, right? They're just still swinging, hitting strikes, and making solid contact. They want this momentum to carry over till tomorrow. I'm KV right now. I'm just trying to get out of this. And the cool part is, at the end of this game, tomorrow's a new day, right?
Correct. You got to just forget it.
Yeah.
Still top of the fifth, 4th spot here so far from the Brickies, and looking to pile on more. That breaking ball missing upstairs. 2 outs in the inning. Runners on second and third. 7 errors committed in this game. 8 hits total. Did they give that at second an error?
I would.
Really?
That
was kind of tough.
That's a ground ball, man.
Okay, all right.
I don't know.
I wrote single in the book. I want to give.
It was. Let's be honest.
I want to give Kortko a hit there.
It was hard hit.
It was. It was kind of a in between hop.
I get it. It could have been either
Ball
way.
gets away. Here comes another run. We're gonna call that one a pass ball.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
I'm just throwing out words now. See, they wrote pass ball on their game changer. 2-2. Well, in there for I thought it was 2-2, but that was there for the strike 2. So I lost track of the count. This is Subchinski up for Hobart right now. Ball missing low, so 3-2 the count here. Fun game here at the Steel Yard. Gary between these two conference opponents. Shot down the third base line. Here goes Coach.
Good hustle. That's one of those, if you make that error, your team's going to never let you live that
You can't let
down.
that one go.
So you got to go and after those when you're 100%. Slow roller like that.
That's going to be ball number 4. Thank you, Andrew Parker, letting us know that Lucas Parker on there pitching freshman.
He's doing a good job.
Yeah, I'm impressed so far. I know things have kind of gone off the rails for a little bit for KV pitching here today, and a lot of miscues from the defense, but I've been impressed with the way he's come in here and kind of really kind of to an extent stifled Hobart a little bit.
I'm assuming this is probably his first varsity action. It wasn't even on the Max Preps roster.
Correct.
And if you didn't know that, he's composed a little bit. Like, he's not far off. Give him a couple years. He's going to be okay.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the poise that the young man has on the bump. 1-1. And you know what? Even when mistakes are made, you could see the difference between him and the pitcher on before him, Renfro, you could see the body language is different. When things didn't go well, it was kind of, you could see the frustration, and I get it, that you're hoping your defense has got you behind you, and just sometimes games get out of hand a little bit, but you could see the frustration. Parker's kind of dealing with the same issues, not showing that. This one popped up and hits the stands.
Oh, good grab.
Off the bounce.
What a ricochet. No, he's really staying composed out there, right? Like, even, again, like you said, if stuff's not going his way, his head's not down.
No.
He's still battling. He's still...
And that's not easy to do, as this one lined right behind second base and will be caught by Smolik to end the inning. So another 5 spot for the Brickies at 16-2. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Last chances for the Cougars. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson.
Hairst.
Planting a tree, installing a fence, whether your project is big or small, NIPSCO reminds you to know what's below and contact 811 at least 2 full business days before doing any digging so that utility companies can mark the location of their underground lines. Contacting 811 is free and it's the law. Avoid possible penalties, costly repairs, or injuries. DIY or a pro, safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000-square-foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with Nate Ramian, bringing you a good one here from the Steel Yard. Things have gone a little lopsided, but still been fun to watch these guys display their talents. I will say 2 teams I don't get to see very much on a regular basis. I've only called a handful of games so far this season. Actually, I started a game and never even got to finish it.
A softball game?
Working with you.
Yeah.
Something about you didn't want me in the booth or something.
Something like that. I like the softball games a lot better.
Why?
Well,
this one grounded to third. Throws across the diamond a little high. Can't get back to the bag. That'll be a leadoff single for Eggers.
We're home already.
True.
You're the Mr. Time pitch clock guy. And
yeah, but this hasn't been a slow game because of the way things are.
I got you.
Eggers with his first hit of the game.
The thing about KV here is they're not going away, right? They could just roll over and just, I'm done. But they're putting the ball in play, making them make the outs. And
I will say, deep down, when you boil it down to it, would I rather watch in some cases, in a lot of cases, would I rather sit and watch high school versus pros?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love baseball. I'm a baseball junkie. But when you take high schoolers versus pros, or even college kids, and college is going to be kind of turning into pros with the NIL stuff, but with high school, you're playing for the true love of the game. So yes, even though it's a 16-2 ball game, Basie in here now to hit for Kenning. Still, like you said, they're still going to be hustling. They're still going to put everything into it. Runner going down to second, and he is going to be tagged out. Trying to make plays happen. Standish on the bump, by the way, for Hobart now.
But that's a big play by Standish because not to panic, right?
Correct.
Some guys get in that panic mode right there, and they move their shoulders. They kind of freak out a little bit. And
1-2 and strike 3. They're going to throw down to first. That'll be out number 2.
But he did a great job of staying calm and is making a great throw to second there because he had him by a while. And that's a good job.
So that was Basie. So Donnie Stam now. He is 1 for 2 on the day. This one in the air, off to the right, and out of play. All right, Nate, let's go ahead and start naming some of our award winners for today. We've got the... Nope, we're going to wait a second. I will tell you that NIPSCO is proud to be powering the youth of Northern Indiana. NIPSCO is wishing its Northern Indiana high schools to have safe competition while displaying sportsmanship on and off the field. 1-1 the count here on Stam. I'm sorry, 1-1 the count here on Stam. So Standish works and delivers that 1-1 pitch. It comes upstairs. So 2-1 the count here. As we said, Stam 1 for 2 on the day. And despite Hobart having 11 strikeouts of the day, also scoring 16 runs. I didn't count up the walks. That one fouled away, so 2-2.
They have 16 runs and only 5 hits, right?
Correct.
So they put the ball in play, and they made them make quick decisions. Like I keep repeating myself, you got to be able to make those fast decisions in your brain. Ball's hit to me, where am I going? And you got to be able to catch, and you got to be able to throw. And that's what KV did not do tonight.
Down to the final strike. The 2-2 to Stam. Ground ball, third base. Stopped by Santana over to first, offline, tag applied. Hobart wins the ball game.
Santana leaving his first baseman out to dry and did a great job of the first baseman to come off the bag and make a good tag to get the final out of the ball game.
So 16-2 your final. Now we're going to step aside for just a moment. We'll bring you award winners on the other side of the break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Mike Brenner here along with Nate Ramian. 16-2 your final. The Brickies get a conference win against Kankakee Valley. Let's go ahead and give you our award winners in this one. We've got our Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. The Crowd Company is proud to recognize the superheroes on the baseball diamond.
You know, Jamie Harrison, 2 for 3. I have him for 4 RBIs on the day. Is that what you got him for, you said?
I got him for 4, yep.
Yep. So coming to bat when he got his opportunity and got the most of it, and that's why he is the player of the game.
Before we get too far into this, let's take a look at the meat of the matter real quick. Post-game here, why 16-2 is the final score. I mean, basically, when you boil it down to it, walks and errors were really kind of the story of this game, and really for both sides. It happened to plague KV a little bit more, but a lot of walks in this game, 8 total errors in this game, matching 8 total hits in this game. That's really what it boils down to.
Like I said, Hobart had 16 runs and only 5 hits, right? So they took advantage of the opportunity when they put the ball in play with some bunts, right? Your favorite. Some bunts, some wild throws from the other team. And that's what they did a good job of by the Hobart Brickies.
All right, that has been the meat of the matter, courtesy of the Region Sports Network. We continue on with awards. We've got our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org.
We're going to go with freshman Lucas Parker from KV. Pitcher came in. We think it's his first varsity experience, but he came in through strikes, had 3 or 4 strikeouts, stayed calm and stayed composed, and he had a really good body language. When things didn't go his way, he still kept doing a great job of throwing strikes, right, and doing what his team needed.
Yep, absolutely. I agree with that. I think he did a great job in keeping himself poised in those situations for a freshman. Let's take a look at our proud Eden Home play of the game presented by the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
We're going to go with the diving catch that was in left field, right? Is that what you have?
That was, yep.
How do you say that name again?
That is Nick Sapczynski out in left.
Yep, what he said.
There was a line drive shot, and that was kind of when KV was threatening a little bit to try to put some more runs across the board, and really kind of just saved some momentum for the Hobart Brickies in keeping the Cougars off of the board early in this game with a nice hot shot out into left. All right, our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager is Rich Castillo. Our coordinating producer is Zach Miller. Your sports director doing camera work as well is Mike Dewan. Your broadcast crew tonight, myself, Michael Brenner, along with Nate the Great Ramian. And then we got Mike Dewan, Zach Miller, Joey Henrik, and Justin Cole all doing great jobs on camera and production today. Big thanks to Jordan Van Wienen of KV and Trent Howard, both head coaches for the teams respectively. And then big thanks to the ADs John Gray and Mike Black of KV and Hobart for helping us get everything we needed for the game today. And, of course, you, the viewers, on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever else we're streaming. We're streaming on so many places. Everywhere we're streaming, regionsports.com as well. Appreciate without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without you all. So thank you very much. We'll have more baseball and softball action throughout the week. I know we've got that LC Munster game coming up later this week. I'm not sure if we got anything in between, but definitely Lake Central Munster at the end of the week. That should be a fun one. Good rivalry game for sure.
Sunday is the draw.
Yeah, for baseball, yeah.
I think it's softball as well.
Softball, okay.
So baseball, softball. I think the draw is Sunday, and that's where their fate will be for the sectionals as well. So good luck in the draw, and hopefully everything goes in all the teams' favors that they would like.
Absolutely. All right, that'll wrap things up here. You've been watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.